All right. Get my character sheet up.
Welcome to Infinite Galaxies, Agents of Star Patrol, Session 2. This is Session 2 of 4, recorded February 1st, 2018. I'm Rory McLeod, the Game Master, also the creator of Infinite Galaxies. And with us, we have 3 players tonight. We have Richard. Richard, do you want to introduce yourself briefly and tell us about your character?
Sure. I'm Rich. I'm part of the Gauntlet. I do the +1 Forward podcast with Ray Shelkey. And I am playing Pearl, who is the robot playbook, a kind of battle cast. And she, even though doesn't have actual reproductive capabilities, it was modeled to look like a female. And so she just uses the female pronouns. That's Pearl.
Now, Richard, I have a question about Pearl. So the picture that you chose in their Google Docs looks like an actual person. Is that what Pearl's supposed to look like?
Yes, she looks like a person.
Okay. Cool. All right, that's cool. All right, and then we have David. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your character?
Yeah, I'm David. I like to play games, I guess. And my character is Corbin, which is a poor Chintari, which are kind of horse-headed aliens. If it wasn't obvious, my joke is it's a Corbinite from Thor, which are the weird Beta Ray Bill horse aliens. But Corbin is from, I think he's a Psi. I think I said last time that he normally it's not a very warlike culture. This branch of the Chintari, at least, the other one's much more warlike, but kind of left the planet because he had the warrior spark in him.
Okay, great. And then finally, we have Asher with us. Asher, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your character?
Hi, so I'm Asher. This is my second Gauntlet game, so I'm excited. My character was the Jack, and they're focused on information gathering, so kind of the spy of the group, and that were recruited by Star Patrol, the organization, after like being a criminal, and so they have this like second identity also.
Okay, great. All right, thanks. And I just want to remind everybody to check out the Gauntlet on Google Plus and at Gauntlet RPG on Twitter. You can check out this game at www.infiniteGalaxies.net and at INF_Galaxies on Twitter. If you're watching this, then a couple of days after this is aired, the Kickstarter will still be going on. Otherwise, it will be over with. So, all right, so let's get started. So last time, you guys were on the trail of a notorious interstellar gangster named Garcanius Brand, who is known to be in this star system, which is called Electra. And Star Patrol would really like to capture him. He is at the top of their most wanted list. You fellows, people, and robot, are agents of Star Patrol. You are employees of Star Patrol, and you have been given orders to find this guy by any means necessary. So the Electra system is at the edge of the Terran Alliance controlled space, which means that Star Patrol doesn't have a ton of resources in this area. So at this point, you are it. You have yourselves, you have the Initiative, which is a Star Patrol ship that you are essentially based out of. They will provide you with some resources, but you may have to take things on your own at some point if you get stuck. So that's where we're at. Last session, you guys were on Electra 2, which is the only planet in the system's habitable zone, which means it's a planet that you can walk around on without a spacesuit and stuff like that. That has an atmosphere and things like that. There's a colony on Electra 2 called Atos, which is a kind of a free-for-all sort of a place, described it as kind of a Mos Eisley from Star Wars. A lot of different alien races and a lot of kind of suspicious, barely legal sort of things going on there. So you were told that there were some starfighters that might have been associated with Garcanius Brand on the planet, and so you chased them around on your little sky cycles, and that was somewhat successful, but it seems like it kind of ran into a dead end. At some point last session, you were told that there were different known associates of Garcanius brand in the system that you could try to go after. And it was decided that you guys would go after Rohan, who is a robot. So Rohan is an assassin robot who works for the Condoran Mining Guild. And this mining guild is located out in the asteroid belts. There's 3 asteroid belts in the system, and they're mined for various resources. And so there's a couple different mining guilds, and they're at odds with each other. And the Condor mining guilds are the more aggressive ones who will actually go hurt people. And so this Rohan robot works for them. You found out, I believe, Rue, our Jack, found this out, that Rohan had been dispatched to go wipe out 2 leaders of their opposing guild, the Antaran Mining Guild. And you discover the location of the Antaran Miners Guild was on an asteroid called Siren 126. So as the story opens, you guys are aboard the Initiative, which is the Star Patrol vessel, and you are, you've parked your sky cycles. You've been briefed on the latest information that they have, which unfortunately isn't much beyond what you found out last time. Basically, at this point, you guys can do whatever you want to do. They did say they will give you a shuttle, like a transport to take to Siren 126. So you'll have that at your disposal. And then if there's any more equipment or anything else that you want to do while you're on the ship, let's do that. So right now, you guys don't have a milestone. I think I'll probably give you guys one shortly. I just want to see if there's anything that you guys want to do at this point while you're on the initiative still.
I need to fill out some forms for the sky cycle that I got destroyed.
Whoops. Yes. Pearl lost her sky cycle. It was very unfortunate. So, yeah, there's an officer there that will take your report, and he will probably be tisking you as he gets your information. Fortunately, they have multiple sky cycles aboard the Initiative, so they can easily replace the one that you lost, but they're still tisking you.
Understood. They can They can dock it from Cullen's pay, I think.
There you go. Okay.
Unless he objects. Oh, it appears that it's okay.
He's not here. Oh dear. All right. So yeah. So what do you guys? Anyone else want to do anything while you're on the ship?
I found that the ships were like remote controlled, right? There was no one in them, so I think I would want to look into that control system.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Yeah. So how do you want to go about researching that?
Just looking for similar crimes, right? Like, it's probably it's a known technology, or or I can.
Sure. Well, one possibility, you could reach out to your criminal contacts and ask them if they've heard of this being done before. That's certainly reasonable.
Right, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay. So do you want to use the gather information move for that?
Sure. Let me get up the moves lists. Sorry.
Okay.
What do I roll?
Yeah. What is your?
It's still loading. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna roll plus your charisma.
Okay. And this is low for a party. So I have 0 charisma, so it's just a straight roll.
Okay. Let's hope for the best.
I got 8.
Okay. So you got a partial success. So I believe the way this move works is that you state what it is you're going after. So you're talking about like a scheme or some kind of secret or something like that. I don't have it in front of me. Do you have that in front of you now? I can get
Not yet.
All right, let me.
What was the move called again?
So
Gather information.
Yeah, it's your default move from your.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have it now.
Okay.
You have access to information resources no one else has when you check with your contacts regarding a specific person or organization. Choose one, details of an ongoing scheme, their behavior or inner workings, or the truth behind a closely guarded secret.
Yeah. So which of those do you think would be what you're trying to do?
I think it's more the secret. Like I'm trying to find out about how this technology works, right?
Okay.
So in
Okay.
case we encounter it in the future.
Okay. And then you got a partial success. So you learn something interesting, but you choose one. You either put yourself in danger or you spend a credit. Unless this triggers a drive. Now, we'll say that you have the same drives you had from last time. So I don't know what drives you guys had. Hopefully you still have those on your sheets.
Yeah, we should. Do we have credit? Is that on the sheet somewhere?
I think everyone had money. Well, except for the robot.
Okay.
The poor robot, no money.
I have 2 credits. I can use 1.
A pearl and a popper. Yeah. You can get money. You just want to start with any. So that did not trigger drive doing that?
Drives are get someone out of danger and explore a city or dangerous place.
No. Okay. So no. Okay. So you're going to have to either put yourself in danger or spend a credit.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm spending a credit.
Okay. All right. So what you learn is that there are basically drone starfighters that exist. They're expensive. And these, obviously, as you learned, were retrofitted with bombs. Garcania's brand is sometimes known to use things like this, so it's not totally out of character for him. So it does lend credence to the suggestion that he was behind whatever they were. Now, you don't know what they were doing. They were just flying around. So unfortunately, because you weren't able to kind of capture either one of them without them blowing up, you don't know more than that. But all they were really doing was flying around near that colony. But Rue did notice that there were some recent modifications done to those craft. So they could have recently been retrofitted with those bombs or recently been made to be drone ships. But you do know that those are definitely technology that exists, but it's expensive. It's way cheaper to have a person fly it. So it also means, by the way, that there was somewhere nearby somebody was controlling those. So that could mean that there's somebody on the planet. Yeah, so there's somebody on the planet who was controlling them or somebody in orbit controlling them, but they'd had to be near the planet to do this.
Okay, I think that's useful.
Okay, cool. All right, and what about our Psi? What would you be doing during this time?
I think, well, since that last reaching out with his mind toward the planet went kind of awry for him.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I did put that in the notes about your little incident there. Yeah, somebody said hi back, and you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I think Corbin might, of course, be meditating, but this time using his Kreth jewel, which is kind of the focus of his psychic energy.
Sure.
He's going to just do the ritual to put it into his weapon, to attach it to his staff.
Does he do like some kind of kata with his staff? Like, does he practice that kind of stuff too?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, excellent. All right, okay.
Sweetest montage you've ever seen.
Definitely. Some psychic jewel floating around and stuff. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. All right, cool. All right, so after some period of time, your transport is ready. I will post the stats for it in the chat in case you need them. You may need them. So let me. I need to find the stats for these kind of ships. Give me just a sec. Let's take a look in here. It helps having access to the manuscript. It's real handy. All right. Transports. Here we go. So this is a small transport. So let me put the stats for it here. All right, so this will be my Polar X escort. Okay, and small. Oops. Crew 3. Care about is stats, so we'll get those in here. Oh boy, speed of -1. Woo! Not fast. That's okay. Oh, it's +1 weapon. That's good. Okay. 12. Okay. Okay. So your ship is a small starship. The brand name of it is Polar X Escort. It has a crew of 3. So what that means is that when you're flying on this ship, only 3 people at a time can do vessel maneuvers. So piloting the ship, raising shields, shooting the guns, 3 people at a time. So that means if there's 4 of you, which there will be at next session, you guys will have to figure out who's not doing stuff. And that person can still do moves. Like they could still roll analyze, they could still aid people. They just can't directly do ship stuff. So it has a power of 0, speed of -1, sensors of +1, and weapon of +1. That's supposed to be a +1. It has a hull of 12, and a shield of 2, and a damage of d6. So those are your stats for your ship. So given that, is there anything else, any equipment or anything else that you want before you leave for the asteroid?
Nope, I'm just dropping that into our character keeper. That is pretty cool.
Okay. You fixed the weapon thing, though, because I put _1.
Yep, I did.
Cool. All right. Yep. And you guys will have that until you get back to the initiative, unless you blow it up or something. So hopefully it'll be around next session, too. So I did have a game recently where they blew up 3 ships in one night. So it is possible. All right. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys a milestone as well. Put that in the chat. And let's see. I'm going to have it be find Rohan. Oops, I want that to be in caps. Rohan part will be. All right. So that is your milestone. Find Rohan. So the purpose of the milestone, obviously, is to give you guys direction, but also there's multiple ways, hopefully, this can be accomplished. So however you guys decide to do that. But since I've introduced a milestone, now you guys have the opportunity to change your drives if you want to. So if you guys do decide to change your drives, just give us a quick, what you've decided to change it to.
I'm not even looking at mine, and I definitely want to change my drives just because I want to try out more cool bits of this system. So
okay.
I'm just calling it out. I'm looking at them right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do the same. I want to change my drives.
Okay, yeah.
But we still choose from the list, right?
Yeah, still from the list.
I think the ones I had last time make the most sense still. I'm probably going to keep mine.
Okay. Yeah, and some of the playbooks, it was kind of hard to write a bunch of drives that were wildly different from each other and still be useful. So I think the Psy is one of the ones where their moves are so divergent from each other that it's kind of hard to make 6 of them that apply to all of them very well. But I'm going to have in the book, I'm going to have recommendations for how to write new drives for people. So if you get bored of having the same old drives all the time, the GM or whoever, you guys can work together to write new ones. So there's kind of a trick to writing new ones, but it's not hard to teach. So okay.
So change one of mine to find critical information no one else can, because I seem to keep doing that.
Yeah, good. I'll tell you what, I'll retroactively give you XP for what you did about finding out about the drones. How about that?
All right. Second XP.
Yeah.
And then I think I'll keep explore a seedy and dangerous place because that seems to be what we're doing.
Sure. I mean, it doesn't have to be seedy and dangerous. It could be either or. But hopefully it's both.
Pearl
All right,
is changing
Pearl, yeah.
into the drives of investigate a new and interesting place. So it's up to you to make it interesting, GM.
Mm-hmm. That won't be a problem.
It's on you.
I already have something in mind.
And based off of what she did last session, I think impress your allies with a show of force is what I'm going for, rather than proving innate superiority of biologicals, because that was
Yeah. Okay. Great. All right. And all right. So and then Corbin is keeping the same ones, right? David. Yes. Okay. All right. So you guys head off in the escort. Does anyone want to give this ship a name? Does anyone care what its name is?
the listless.
The Listless. Okay. All right. That's the name of this escort. All right. Listless. Okay. And so off you go. So you're not going that far. You are going into an asteroid field, which can be somewhat dangerous. So who's piloting the Listless? All right. Pearl is piloting the Listless. All right. What are the other two doing? You've got like an engineering station you could man. You could be co-pilot. You could do navigation.
I think I'll do engineering.
Engineering. All right. Sounds good. What's Corbin doing on the ship? He's hanging out or sitting in the turret or what?
Yeah, it might make most sense for him to be on the turret. Maybe just reaching out with his mind in case anything else is there.
Sure. Okay. All right. So you guys are entering the asteroid field. Like I said, it's not that far. It probably takes you about, I don't know, an hour or so to get there from the where the initiative was parked. You know roughly where Siren 126 is. It is supposed to be a very large asteroid. That's why the Antaran Mining Guild is based there. So they have some kind of a facility that they're, staffing 24/7. So it also has a mine there, but it's also like an offices and stuff for the guild. So so you have an idea of where that is. So when you are headed over there, Pearl, you're flying the Listless, and you do notice that there is another starship that is possibly heading in the same direction as the Listless. What do you think about that?
Well, we don't have a captain, she says.
You're it.
I will. Rue. Perhaps you could see if we can find more information about this ship. And then she points with her hands because she's actually like jacked into the ship. Like she has the kind of the ghost in the shell thing. So there's the the regular, I don't know what it's called, but like the little drivey wheel type deal, and it just moves on its own. But she has her hands free, and so she just points with her.
hands. Sure.
So we'll like zoom in on the ships, right? Get like that big view.
So it's a ship. It's about the same size as your ship. It has some markings on it that you don't immediately recognize, but you could certainly try to find out more about them.
Sure.
So you have a couple options. You could scan it with your ship's sensors. That's one option.
Right.
The other thing is you could just kind of eyeball it yourself and like use Analyze or something if you wanted to ask questions about the ship or about your situation. Those are probably the two good options. The other one might be to consult your criminal contacts again, but you're in the middle of space, so it might be a little tough.
I'll try using the ship sensors.
Okay. So there's a move called Sensor Scan. It uses the ship's sensor stat, which is a +1.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's actually good at this.
Unlike our last ships.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just roll and then add the ship's roll to it.
Yep.
All right. So I got a 4.
That's not a good number. Is
No,
that with
it's
the plus
not.
one? I guess it doesn't matter really, but okay.
No, it's not. But
All right.
5 with the plus.
Okay, so you have failed. Oh no. All right. So you notice that the ship is outfitted with some unusual equipment on it. You're not really sure what this is, but it looks like as soon as it sees you guys, like, it turns towards, you think, in the same direction as CERN 126. And this big glowing light comes off of the back of this ship, and a bunch of asteroids start coming towards the Listless. So our pilot, you see this happening. These asteroids are moving in a very strange and purposeful direction towards the Listless. So your ship is now in danger of running into these asteroids. It's almost like this ship moved them in your way.
Huh. I think I need to take evasive action. Everyone, please, I hope you've already buckled in. And
Sure.
then Pearl will start trying to move around the asteroids.
Yeah. This ship's kind of a boat, so good luck on that.
Yay.
So you're going to use the evasive action move, which uses the ship's speed, which is...
So it's a 1.
No, it's a -1.
Oh, it's the weapons that was a thing. It's
+1,
the weapons
yeah,
that was a -2 plus. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
So -1.
Okay.
No
Yes.
problem. Okay, there is a problem, but it's all right.
It's going to be okay.
Everything is going to be fine, just fine. Trust me. I've rolled a 6, +1 7, -1 6.
All right. Where was the +1 from?
They're a 6 and a 1. Sorry, it was a 6 and a 1.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so all right, so we're on a roll here. Okay, so a couple of the smaller asteroids strike the Listless, and these things are large enough to where they ignore your shields. So you're going to take a d6 damage off of your hull. So we'll let the pilot roll since he was the one who blew it.
That's quite all
and
right.
didn't avoid them.
I think it's her fault, so it would do that. 4.
Okay. So your ship has a hull of 12, so you're now down to 8.
Okay.
And the asteroids pretty much shatter upon hitting the Listless. So they do their damage, and now they're gone. So you're out of danger for the moment, but this ship is now further away from you. It looks like it's heading, like I said, in the direction of that big asteroid that you guys are trying to get to.
Sorry. Do we want to continue pursuit of this vessel? They do not want us to pursue them, so that sounds the most interesting.
Well, it sounds like we have to at this point.
I like the way you think.
And is there a way? Can you open communication channels?
I think you
if
can.
they threw asteroids at us, I don't know that they would communicate very much.
You can try.
That's
you can
true.
try. So, all right. So you try to. We'll say that one of you figures out how to do this, and you try to communicate with them, and they're not responding.
Is there any sort of leverage we have on them? Like, could we put sanctions on them or something? I don't know.
Well, you are in a Star Patrol vessel, and is marked as a Star Patrol vessel, so they must know that, or at least they probably know that. They had certainly had a chance to see your ship. So, whatever impact that had on them did not seem to deter them trying to throw asteroids at you. But yes, you could totally arrest them. Yes, you have the power to arrest people. Sure.
I'm going to continue pursuit, even though it's probably much faster than we are.
Yes. So I think what I'll have you do is evasive action again, because in order to catch them, you'll have to go through some dangerous asteroid stuff to do that. Now, somebody who was a good co-pilot or navigator could aid you if they wanted to jump down in the cockpit and do that.
I think that sounds good. Can I aid by shooting the asteroids in front of us away?
You totally can. Yep.
Cool.
Totally. Yep. So you're going to go ahead and aid. Now, do you have a standard relationship with Pearl or a special?
A standard.
Okay. So you're going to give Pearl a +1 to her roll, which will give her even with the ship's -1 speed.
Sweet.
So yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
But I still rolled a 6.
No.
All right. All right. So we opened the game up with 3 straight.
Why'd you jinx?
When do we take an advance? Is how many XP?
No, you guys should check your relationships with you guys because you just helped Pearl do something. Do you have a relationship with Pearl that would give you XP for that? That's a question for Corbin.
Yep. It's a question for Corbin, and Pearl must keep me grounded in reality, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably not that. But do you have something for helping Pearl?
Oh, me being helped?
Well, no, I'm asking for Corbin. So if he has a relationship for helping you, like, you know.
No, that one was mine. That Pearl must keep me grounded in reality.
Oh, okay. All right. So does Pearl have a relationship with Corbin that would apply to this situation?
I must take Corbin to new places.
Sure, why not? We'll count the asteroid field. It's new.
Yay!
Sure.
I'm at 10 XP.
All right, so you're ready to advance. Cool. All right, so once we deal with this, you can advance. All right, so, all right. Also, make sure you check your drives and stuff just in case you triggered anything. Okay, so the ship gets away. You are able to shoot some asteroids out of the way to not damage the listless any further, but in doing so, it just created too much interference, and the ship gets away. So you don't know where it went. It went in the general direction of that big asteroid, but it's out of your visual range now. You can still do a sensor scan to try to find it, but you can't see it anymore.
I can't see it anymore. Rue, can you spot it? I've lost it. It's lost me.
So that would be analyze, or
you could use analyze if you want, or you could do sensor scan. Sensor scan. The sensors are a +1 on the ship.
That's good. Yeah. All right, so we'll roll again for that, and hopefully it actually works this time.
Yeah.
So that is a 10. Great. Including
What'd you get?
10.
Oh, 10. Oh, excellent. All right. So on a 10 on sensor scan, pretty sure you find some stuff out. Let's take a look here. I don't have the moves in front of me. I guess I probably should get them in front of me.
The GM must reveal something interesting about one item listed below. Enemies there, its environment, its hazards, its secrets.
Oh, you get 2 because
So
you got a complete success. You get 2 items. So you get to pick them. Which items you're interested in, and I tell you stuff.
So I think we're interested in the ship, right? And the enemies?
Okay. All right. So the ship that you are pursuing is a Condorn Mining Guild ship. That is the guild that employs Rohan. You detect... What was the other thing you picked? It was the enemies and what else?
Oh, yeah, ship isn't there. You're right.
Yeah.
I guess the secrets?
Okay. You do not detect any... Yeah, you don't detect any robots on that ship. There are life forms on the ship, but they're biologicals. So there's no robots on that ship. So Rohan is not on that ship.
Huh.
It is a ship that's registered with the Mining Guild, the Condor Mining Guild, and it is armed, but mostly for defensive purposes. So it doesn't look like a gunship or anything. Like it's a standard transport, kind of like yours.
So how are we gonna find this Rohan, y'all?
Well, he could already be at the site. I mean, he had enough time to get there. This ship may have nothing to do with him. You don't know, but that's what you found out. All right. What do you guys want to do now?
We should continue on.
Yeah, if he's not there already, at least we know where he'll be soon.
Okay. All right. So we'll say that you guys are able to successfully get to this big asteroid without any further issues. So you see this giant kind of dark red, brownish rock. It's pretty big. It's like the size of Rhode Island. It's really big. And it's just kind of tumbling there in space very slowly. And affixed to it is a big building made of some kind of steel and little small windows here, there, and everywhere. And there's a landing area where you can land your vessel. It has a little kind of an environment inside of it. So what they have to do is lower the shields to let you in. And then once you land it, the shield comes down, then you have an environment again. So you don't need a spacesuit inside of this facility. You do notice, and you would know this ahead of time, that there are mines on this asteroid as well. And so going into the mines usually would require some kind of environmental suit. So they are not part of the protected environment of where this building is. So that's what you see. What do you think?
I kind of want to infiltrate this place, right? I have this this whole spy vibe going on.
Yeah.
We should have vac suits for the two of you. I'm able to continue on. You wish to enter?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so the listless would have a full complement of spacesuits for 9 people, since that's the maximum capacity of this thing. So you've got plenty of spacesuits you can use if you want.
All right, we got our spacesuits on.
Okay. So do you want to try to land in their little landing pad, or do you want to land on the asteroid itself, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, should we try to, like you said, Rue, go in more discreetly, or should we speak to the staff directly?
Well, I also have this disguise system, so I'd like to see like what these people look like to make a good disguise.
Okay.
So somewhere with lots of people.
So you're saying you want to go in and then like find somebody to impersonate, and then use your disguise system to do that?
That sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you can. So your options basically are the same. So you can either land on the surface and kind of sneak into the facility, or sneak into the mines, I guess, or go in legitimately. In order to do that, you'll just have to hail the communications tower and say, "Hey, this is Star Patrol vessel, blah blah blah. You know, we're requesting permission to land, et cetera, et cetera." And they let you land, and then you do your thing. So those are kind of your two options. Or you can just strafe the building, and I guess.
Get from orbit.
I'm trying to give you options, so So what do you think?
Well, Rue, I've been assigned to guard you, so if you try to infiltrate it, at least I should go with you. I'm wondering if it would be the best strategy to split up, or should the 3 of us, go in together?
I'm not going to be alone. I don't like to be alone.
Well, you'll have the doctor.
Okay.
He's not very.
Yes, Colin is still there. He's just not responsive right now. He's listless like the ship is.
That makes me think of like the prison disguise, right? Where there's one like legitimate person and then they take the other people with them like as prisoners.
Yeah.
You mean you want to pull a Chewbacca?
Now, the only
Trying to
problem
think
with
of
that
something like
plan
that.
is that this is a mining facility. You'd have to come up with some reason why you're bringing a prisoner here.
Right, yeah, that's
If you're
not
going to the
exactly.
Death Star, but this is not a
That
prison.
one, yeah.
I mean, you can't do it, but it'd be a harder sell.
Well, it could be like a tour, right? Like maybe I'm like a tour guide for these people, like prospective investors or something.
It's
I
possible.
don't know. Trying to think of a good alibi.
Well, so the question remains: do you guys want to land on the surface and try to sneak in, or do you want to land in the landing area? Because that'll kind of probably decide your next move after you do that.
I think we should
Right.
land on the surface. I recommend
Okay.
we land on the surface. That way we will be undetected for the moment.
Okay. You guys agree with that?
Sure. Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds like something Star Patrol would do.
Sure. Okay. Actually, Star Patrol would probably land in the legitimate way, but that's okay. Star Patrol is not very sneaky, but you guys are a special little, you know. All right, so you land on the surface, and you have like little claws that keep your, because this thing doesn't have like much gravity to it, so the ship like digs into the surface so that it doesn't fly off. So yeah, so you have your spacesuits on. Pearl is eschewing a spacesuit. Is that correct?
Spacesuits are for organics.
Correct. All right. Okay. So you're there, and how far away from the facility do you want to land?
Pearl has no problem getting as far away from the normal sensor array for a landing area. Like, if they would look out half a mile, she's going to park it a little over half a mile away. If it's shorter
Okay.
than that range for normal sensor range, then she'll pull it tighter.
So you think that their sensors are going to be able to detect you anywhere on this asteroid? If they're looking for ships, they're going to see you.
Then we'll park
on
kind of
their
close,
sensors.
so it's easier for us to diddy mow.
I mean, visual, yeah. There's definitely places you can park where they couldn't physically see you, but in terms of their sensors, they would see you. Yeah.
The closest area that is difficult to see if you're just casually looking is where I'll go.
Well, we'll say the terrain's kind of rocky and kind of uneven. So there's definitely, you could park it kind of behind a rocky outcropping or something. Sure.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we'll say you're about half a kilometer from the facility.
Wait, is space? Can we say half a click?
Half a click, sure.
Awesome.
If you want. Okay, so there you are. You're in your spacesuits.
I'll lead the way.
And yeah, all right. All right, so you exit the airlock, I guess, and onto the surface of this. So this asteroid, Saturn 126, is a very large asteroid, and so it does have a bit of gravity to it, but not much. So when you jump out, you definitely float down to the surface. So if you say you jump out of the ship, it takes you like a second or two to hit the surface. So you've got a little bit of gravity, but not a whole lot, and so kicks up a lot of this reddish brown dust. You would guess that there's a lot of iron content on this asteroid. Which may be why the reddish color. And like I said, there's kind of some uneven ground between you guys where you landed and the facility. You can see now that you're on the ground level, you can see that the facility is kind of sitting up on these giant columns or stilts, and looks like at least one entrance to the mines is directly underneath the facility. So you can see that when you're on the ground level and you're looking straight across at it, you can see this big divot in the ground underneath the facility. That's got to be a mine entrance. And maybe you can see some activity over there because you're still kind of far away. But
all right, well, Rue, I guess we should go into the mine.
I think we're all going, right?
it's up to you guys.
Let's all go in.
Okay.
Perhaps we'll find an access panel and we can access any kind of cameras or communications and try to find our prey.
Okay, so you're going to go into the mines or you're going to go into the building? You could do either one.
Don't imagine he would be hiding in the mines. I recommend the building.
Right. Yeah, the mines seem like a great way to get lost.
Okay. All right, so you're going to try to go into the building. Is Corbin okay with that? Yes, no, maybe? All right. All right, so we'll say you guys head towards the building. So when you get closer to the facility, you do notice that, so there's some exterior lights that you can see, and you can see windows and stuff. The exterior lights are extinguished. Like they're all out. You can see that they're there, but they're not lit. And you also can't see anything. I mean, you may not normally be able to see anything. These windows aren't huge. They're not like a modern office building that's completely windows. These are like little windows, like on a spaceship. So they're not. You won't be able to see a lot through them, but you don't see any activity through the windows either. And when you look down, so like as I said, you can see kind of this thing that seems like an entrance to the mine. As you're getting closer, you can see things like vehicles and people coming out of the mine. You don't see anybody going in.
I'm glad we didn't go in the mine then.
Let's see.
So if they're going out of the mine, they must be going into the building, right?
They're just going out onto the asteroid. Like they're not trying to go in the building.
Does it look like they're fleeing or just?
Maybe you could roll an analyze to see what they're up to.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Wisdom, that's my best one.
If Pearl wants to look at in advance, now would be a good time.
Okay, I will look.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. It's only a 6 for me.
Oh my gosh, you guys tonight. Okay. Okay, so as you're approaching the building, there is this explosion from within the mine. Like you guys can hear it, even though your sound doesn't travel real well out in this asteroid. But you definitely, if you don't hear it, you definitely feel it. There's definitely a shock wave. And I am going to introduce something new. This is a clock. So a clock is treated like a milestone, sort of. And what happens is every time you guys fail a move from now on, I'm going to tick this clock. And something bad happens when the clock runs out. You don't know what it is yet because you don't know what's going on. Once you find out what's going on, I'll tell you what the clock is. But at this point, something bad, something impending doom is happening. And there are 6 ticks on this clock. So right now you are 0 out of 6. So I'm going to put this in the chat. And I said, every time you fail a roll, that thing gets ticked, no matter what it is. So it's kind of abstract. And it acts like a milestone. So you guys could change your drive right now if you want to. Technically, I've introduced a new milestone. But you may want to find out what this is, because something bad's going to happen if you don't stop it.
Hey, I've during the time of us walking here, I'm wirelessly communicating with the ship, and I've downloaded a brand new software package.
Yeah.
Pearl's decided she needs to be a better pilot because the listless is well named. She has taken the move integrated pilot. When she pilots a vessel and uses evasive action, she may roll using her dex instead of the vessel's speed.
Cool. All right. So I guess you're the designated pilot now. What's your dex, +2?
It's a +1.
+1. It's a lot better than a -1. So yeah, definitely. I think you're it. All right, cool.
No more XP for no more XP for my piloting, but we might actually get there.
Oh, all right. Well, you wouldn't get XP for that anyway.
Oh, it's failing rolls like crazy. It's what I meant.
I know, but you wouldn't be getting XP for that. That's what I'm saying. Oh. In Dungeon World, you would be.
Oh shoot, that's right.
That's okay though. You really don't want to fail those rolls.
Technically, this is a world of dungeons, right?
Yeah.
It's a giant mine.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so what do you guys want to do? You're about, we'll say you're halfway there. So you're about a quarter of a click from the facility.
All right. Well, now that there's explosions, Corbin is not okay with this. I think he's taken out his Kreth staff. He's preparing for combat. This is it.
Okay, cool. All right. And what does the staff look like?
It's kind of made of sort of crystalline stuff itself, and
okay.
I wrote. Oh, it's gives off an orange glow from within, and of course,
okay, cool.
Probably the Kreth jewel itself is illuminating it too.
Cool.
And I think I'm going to try and go into this combat trance.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds like a good idea.
So I roll wisdom for that.
And you've definitely been led into a dangerous place at this point, so you can mark XP for that. I think one of you has that drive.
Yeah. Or no.
Somebody does. I think it's Corbin.
And it's exploring a dangerous place.
Well, you're doing that too, so go ahead and mark XP for that.
Okay.
And I'm new and interesting. Is this new and interesting?
Yes.
Yay!
Yes. Everyone, the trifecta. Everyone gets XP for the same action. Yay.
Ding!
That's good though. That's good. You wanna kind of coordinate stuff like that. That's good.
Yeah.
You guys should all be pretty close to getting advanced by now, right?
How many XP do you need?
You need 9.
Okay.
Oh, as my staff lights up in this trance, does this demonstrate my power to anyone who might doubt me?
No one's really around other than these two at this point, so not yet, but perhaps soon.
All right. Either way, though, I do successfully go into that trance and use only one of my reserve.
Okay, so you got a partial?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you're powered up and ready to roll. What about Rue? What does Rue want to do?
I think I'll take your lead and like pull out my laser pistol, right?
Sure. Okay.
As we're going into the mine.
Okay. Cool. What about Pearl?
Half matter gun will travel. I'm ready to
Yeah.
roll. I'll lead the way. This
You're
is
leading
my
the way. All right. So you guys charging towards the mines? Is that where you guys are headed?
That's where people
Yes.
are running away and possibly hurt. So let's go there. We're doing Star Patrol stuff.
Right. Okay, cool. All right. So when you get close enough, you can see more details. You see, you don't see a whole lot of people exiting the mine at this point. You do see that some mining vehicles have exited the mine and parked a couple hundred feet away from the mine, not that far, but far enough. You do notice that the rear of some of these vehicles is a little charred. You would anticipate that's probably from the explosion that happened earlier. People are kind of congregated about maybe 200, 300 feet away from the mine entrance. And there's about, I don't know, 24 of them just kind of hanging out there. You also notice a faint green mist emanating from the mine opening.
Are we still in our spacesuits?
Yeah, unless you took them off.
Okay.
Or you take it off if you want.
No, don't.
All right.
I do not
Great.
recommend removing.
This is the perfect time. Let's see, you're still in space and there's green mist. Take off the spacesuit. I can live dangerously. All right.
I think we should go approach this group, right?
Yeah. I think Pearl's gonna break out into a bit of a jog, try to get there a little bit quickly. This seems urgent.
So you're okay.
Yeah,
So you're still heading towards the entrance. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, wherever those people were.
Well, the people are far away from the entrance now. I mean, they came out and they're congregating about 200-300 feet away from the mine entrance. So you could go towards them, or you could try to go in the mine. Those are two different locations. So
I feel for Corbin that it's more important to see if these people are okay.
okay. So do you guys all want to head towards the people?
I'd like to know what's going on before we run in.
Sure. Okay. Pearl, yes?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So you guys head over to where these people are congregated. Like I said, there's about 24 of these people. They're in very heavy environmental suits, reinforced suits. They have lots of attachments that they can put tools and things on. So these are very industrial looking space suits. They have also these backpacks on them with, you would guess, is spare oxygen or something. Most of their suits look like they are damaged, although you would suspect in a cosmetic way, like they're just kind of charred, or they got soot on them, or you see a lot of this green kind of dust and stuff on these guys too. They seem surprised to see you. They kind of back away from you a little bit at first.
Could I gather information, like call up people on my space phone? Maybe like a news agency or something, see if they have any leads.
Leads about this situation?
Yeah.
Wait, we're not talking to the people that see us. We're looking on CNN. I'm confused.
That's what it sounds like he's doing.
Okay, I'll address them. Hello, we're from Space Patrol.
Yeah, do we have the equivalent of a Space Patrol badge?
Well, yeah. I mean, also your suits would have the logo on it.
I said Space Patrol. I meant Star Patrol.
You said
We're from
Space
Star
Patrol,
Patrol.
that's okay.
Do you need assistance? What's happened?
There was an accident in the mine. It was a big explosion. I don't know if you. Where did you come from? They seem very disoriented.
Where
No,
is
they know you're from
have
Star
you seen
Patrol,
an
but
assassin droid? Have you seen an assassin droid on this mine?
what? No. They seem very confused by that question.
Oh, okay. I'll take them at their word.
It's important that you stay calm and tell us all the information we need. What is this gas coming out? Is this part of the explosion?
That's the chromium gas that we mined down there, but there was a leak and it exploded. They give you all this technical information that you're kind of like, oh, but anyway, that's the gist of it. It was that there was an accident down in the mines.
Are these mostly Terrans or humans, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably half humans. There's probably some grays in there, probably some Shantari, probably a few of those, not too many, but there are also robots amongst these people. They're mining robots. They're not super talkative, but they're also there if you want to interface with them. But they pretty much tell you all the same thing. They were working down there doing their thing, normal day, and then boom, and then they got out. So there was multiple explosions. So you guys saw the last explosion. So there were other explosions deeper in the mine. And the other thing they tell you is that they think there are some miners who could be trapped down there. Because this isn't all of them. This is like 2/3 of them.
Oh, we got to go in there, don't we?
They would love it if you went in there.
Okay, get back to safety. We'll see if we can't help these people.
All right. There's kind of a foreman sort of a person, and she has to get them all kind of through this safety protocol, and then she's going to get them into the facility. They have to go through a kind of a cleaning sort of a situation and calm down, and so she'll get that process started. So unless you have any more questions for them, they're going to go start doing that.
Are the robots like autonomous, or are they controlled somehow?
No, they're autonomous in the sense that, I mean, they're pretty basic robots, but I mean, they're sentient, I suppose. Yeah, that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
They'll stay out here. They don't need to be cleaned and stuff. So they'll just, if you guys have questions for them, they'll be available to you.
Okay.
The automatons, they should come with us in case things need to be lifted and moved and biologicals need to be saved. So I'll tell them to come with us.
Okay,
Yeah,
they do.
We should commandeer these devices.
They totally do. We'll say there's 6 of them, and Pearl. These things are not anywhere near as sophisticated as you are. They are like labor robots. They lift stuff. They break rocks. They're not super intelligent. They're intelligent enough to you can talk to them, but they're not great conversationalists. Let's put it that way.
I understand.
All right. Okay, so into the mines.
Yes, into the mines.
Okay. I'm going to introduce a new milestone for you guys. So you'll still have the Find Rohan one, but you're going to have a new one, which is, we'll say, learn the cause of the mine explosion. So the cool thing about milestones is that when you complete them, you get XP for those too. So you can do either one of these things. And again, since I introduced a new milestone, you can change your drives if you want to.
I'm going to change my drive, one of my drives, to free someone from real or figurative imprisonment.
That sounds legit.
I'm starting to figure out this whole drive manipulation for the points of experience.
Good, good. All right. Anyone else change anything?
Well, would this count as a seedy and dangerous place? If not, I should like change it to
I think
something
that
else.
you already got that though, didn't you?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I guess I'll do something similar, get
If
someone
you
out of
if you find a
danger.
new seeding dangerous place, you can get XP for that. Yeah, but you're still in the same place. So
Yes, I think I'll change
Oh,
that
wait.
one to get someone else out of danger.
when you
Oh,
guys
yeah,
enter the
I'll
mine,
do-
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think I'm gonna change one of mine too. I think I'm gonna get in on the drive manipulation bandwagon and
Sure.
go to use my cymatics to spirit someone from danger.
Yep. Sounds good. Now I will tell you that when you guys enter the mine, it'll be a new scene. So if you have any mechanics or anything involved around scenes, this will be a new scene. So I don't know if you do, but if you do, it's a new scene. Usually, if you had taken vitality damage, other than the poor robot, you guys would get that back at the end of a scene. So I don't think any of you did. So, but just FYI. Okay. Okay. So you guys go into the mine. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So there's a very gradual slope that goes into the mine. You see a lot of tracks from these big tracked vehicles that came out of the mine. You see lots of that all over the place in here. Slow, gradual slope down beneath the surface of the asteroid. There are metal slats along the sides of this very wide tunnel. You'd say this tunnel is probably 200 feet wide at the opening. It's really big, and then it kind of narrows a bit, but it's very big at the opening, and then it it's kind of squarish. So as you're heading down, you see there's also like you imagine mining carts, right? Like there's tracks for like metal tracks built into the ground for carts to go up and down. You do notice that these robots that you guys are dealing with also have they can connect to these metal tracks on the ground if they need to, but they also have legs, so they don't have to go on there. But if for some reason they need to, they can. It looks like they can probably go really fast up and down these tracks. So when they walk like a normal speed like you guys do. But if they go on the tracks, they could zip down the tracks really fast if they had to. So there's still this green mist coming out, and you don't know what this is. They told you that it was chromium gas, which you guys would know that is commonly used in the manufacture of lasers. So that's a commonly used thing. It's not inherently dangerous, so you're not sure why it would have exploded, but you can certainly investigate that. But that's what they told you. So you still see this mist coming out, and the lights, you can see there's lights down there. They're kind of flickering, like some of them are working, some of them may not be working, and you're not sure if the power source is stable. Explosions, whatever may have damaged whatever power sources they have down here. You don't hear anything. You don't hear anybody yelling or anything crashing or any further explosions or anything. How do you want to proceed?
I have a laser gun, so I want to make sure it's okay to use that. Like if I shot a laser gun, would everything explode or?
That's probably a good question for an understand move. Why don't you roll understand? How would that affect this gas?
Okay.
Good question.
What's that understand?
Understand uses your int.
Okay.
Int.
All right. So I rolled a 4, and then I have 2 ints, so 8 or 10.
You rolled a 4?
I'm 2 4s plus 2.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm not a math wizard, but okay, cool. All right, so on a 10, you get to find out something interesting and valuable. So you think that you are safe to fire lasers in here. However, you definitely do not want to breathe this in. It will damage your lungs, no questions asked. It is very hazardous to biologicals. It could even potentially damage the robot for a prolonged exposure. it would definitely, if you were here for maybe more than a couple hours, it would probably peel away a few layers of your outside skin stuff that looks like people skin. That would definitely get melted by this after prolonged exposure. Yeah, so that's what you know.
All right. So we want to do this quick. Maybe
Probably,
I'll like
yeah.
set a timer just so we're out of here in like 2 hours.
Sure. Okay. All right. What about so Pearl? What do you think about that?
That's nerve-wracking, but as for biologicals to worry about, speaking of which, I'd like to confer with the labor bots on where biologicals were most recently mining and try to find who might be in danger. We're saying a third of the crew is unaccounted for at this time. A third of the mining crew is unaccounted for at this time.
Okay. Yeah. So the mining robots, they list every single person that is down there, who was down there before, because the numbers that they're telling you more than, I mean, they're telling you probably 3 dozen people's names. And you figure out that some of them are probably the ones that already got out. And they tell you that each laborer has a tracking beacon on them, on their suit.
Good.
However, the labor robots are unable to communicate with the sensors that would normally be able to detect these people. So they think that it may have been damaged in the explosion.
Seems the sensor array has been damaged in the explosion. Is that something you could repair, Corbin?
I'm not great at repairing. I don't know. I could try.
Now, I will point something out. You guys have a device that you got last time that allows you to track those little beacons that you guys have. Remember, Star Patrol gave you these beacons that you can put on ships or people? Theoretically, that device could be tinkered with to maybe make it useful to find these guys.
Ooh, that's neat. Who's the best at hacking and cracking here amongst us?
Probably the guy who's asleep.
Awesome.
Oh, okay. Wait, I have an idea. Maybe if I reach out with my mind, I'll be able to, since they're traumatic, I can track them that way.
Yeah, do it. I love that freeze frame, Richard. That's fantastic. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll have you just roll defy danger using your wisdom. I'll figure out the dangers later. I think the danger being that, well, the danger being if you fail, I'll tick the clock. How about that? I can't. I mean, you don't have a move that like lets you do this really, but it stands to reason that you could do it. So we'll just basically make like a custom move. So yeah, just roll plus your wisdom, and yeah, let's see what happens.
So he's doing act under fire with wisdom? Awesome.
Essentially, yeah.
Looks like I got 8 in that case.
Okay. So you definitely get the sense that there are people down here. You definitely get the sense that they feel like they're in danger. You could probably pinpoint one of them if you spent one of your reserve. Otherwise, you will not be able to fixate exactly on where they are. And that's just one of them. So if you want to spend your reserve, you can.
Oh, absolutely.
But you definitely have confirmed that they're down here, yeah.
Yeah. Without even a second thought, he uses that reserve.
Okay. All right, cool. Okay, so you definitely know. So there is a second foreman down here who is a gray, and he is, you know exactly where he is. You could lead people to him.
Oh, and so maybe I'm holding, I mean, now that I say it out loud, it sounds silly, but I'm holding the staff up to Corbin's forehead, and it's glowing a little bit, and he's like, oh, wait, I can sense another mind down in his mind. Sorry to be confusing, but I can lead us there.
All right. So yeah, you guys know exactly where this. Well, Corbin knows exactly where this person is. Yeah, you can now. You don't know if the terrain between here and there is dangerous, but you know where he is. Yeah.
Can we like ride these robots down the track to get there faster?
You could do that. Yeah, you could totally do that. Yeah. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I think so. I want to get in and out of here as quick as possible.
Sure. Okay. Okay, great. So these labor robots are certainly strong enough to hold you guys. That's not a problem. So is that what you want them to do? I mean, like I said, they are pretty dumb. They'll just basically do what you want them to do. So.
All right, that sounds good.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
I think Corbin should, because he
Yeah.
knows where they are.
Love how he volunteers someone else to do this.
I think the logical reason is someone other than me. No, I'm happy to, but it does make sense for Corbin to go first. Plus,
right.
Corbin
I mean, he's the only one who really knows exactly where this guy is, right? Or woman. Well, not a guy, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. These things go super fast. They're not really designed to carry people. So you're going to need to defy danger using your dex to balance yourself as this thing rockets down these tracks, like at really high speed.
That sounds easy.
And then get it to stop before it goes too far. So you're kind of doing two things at once here, because you have to tell it, "Oh, stop here."
All right. Well, I got some bad news.
As it screeches to a halt. So see if you could do this.
Yep, definitely some bad news. I got a 3 total.
All right. So the good news for us is I'm ticking the clock. So now 1 out of 6. I'll update in the chat. Okay, so you rocket down there really fast. This thing's probably going 200 miles an hour. It's really, and as you're heading down there, you realize how enormous this mine is. So I said the asteroid was the size of Rhode Island, which doesn't sound like it's very big, but for an asteroid, that's pretty goddamn big. So you're flying through these, these tunnels kind of circle around and stuff, and there's very circuitous route to get down to where you need to get to. And this thing is like, as you're speeding along, it's coming off the tracks a little bit. Not used to carrying this much weight, so it's kind of like a roller coaster a little bit. And oh, stop here! So it does. It stops on almost a dime, and you go flying off because and so you fly about 30 feet in the air, and land and tumble several times and crash into a giant pile of metal cylinders, which then fall on you. So you're going to take a d6 damage. And good thing no one was around to see that, because that was very embarrassing. Is the Psy supposed to fly? I don't think so. All right. And if you have any armor, go ahead and apply your armor to that. So,
do you say a d6 or 6?
D6.
Okay.
You roll it. I don't roll dice, so it's all on you. If you roll a 6, it's your fault. What'd you get?
Hang on.
Oh, okay.
I was playing tug of war with Pearl's dice accidentally.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I got a 2, which my armor absorbs.
Okay, great. Okay. All right, so you're down there, and you guys have communicators. So if you want to, you can roughly describe where you are to whoever wants to go next. If anyone wants to go next.
I imagine Rue's kind of last of us because they're really good at sneaking. So Pearl will go next.
All right, so same deal for you. So roll defy danger using your dex.
Okay. I have rolled 6, but good news, my dex is a 1, so I got a 7.
Okay. All right. So we'll say, so you can stop exactly where you want to stop, but you'll run into the same fate as our friend here. Or you can get the thing to slowly slow down at a normal rate, but you'll go a little bit further past where you wanted to go.
I'll go further past. I'd rather look cool, personally.
Yeah. So it's kind of, you're telling the robot to slow down. The robot slows down a bit, and you're about, a couple, maybe 100 yards or so away from, so you can walk back up to where they're at. So you're doing that. And what about Rue?
So I don't want to hit any of these because they're all stopped, right? So I'll probably have to stop early.
All right. So you're going to go down there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was
so,
my idea.
All right. So roll Defy Danger using your dex. We'll see how you do. Careening down the tracks at 200 miles an hour. It's fast.
I got a 7.
All right. So you have the same choice to make. So you can either go past where you wanted to go and get this thing to slow down normally, or you can just stop on a dime and go flying off this thing.
I think everyone else went past, so I'll go.
Well, not everybody.
Further
No, Corbin's right there. Remember, his
Okay.
stopped on a
Yeah,
dime
but-
and he flew off of it.
So he still went past. He just
Well,
flew.
sort of. He went a couple, like 20 feet past it. Like Pearl is too far for you to even see at that point. She's walking back up.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'll go with Pearl then. Go past it.
what's that? You go past it. Okay, so you're all right. So you're roughly where Pearl is. Okay, great. So
Right.
you guys are walking back. So while that's happening, Corbin, you're dusting yourself off, get up and stuff, and you do see this person, smaller person, so probably a gray, trapped under several large boulders and broken like metal pieces and all kinds of machinery and crap like that.
That's not good. I think I'm gonna go over to this gray. Are you okay? Were you the one that reached out, that I reached out to?
It's barely able to communicate at all, but yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay,
So
see,
this gray is another one of the foremen, and he is able to tell you telepathically that because he can't really, he's kind of, I'd say unconscious, but he's kind of slipping in and out of consciousness. But you learn that there are several other of his miners nearby, and if you get him like up and around, he can probably lead you to them.
Yeah, let's see. Can I get this rock off? Can I use the staff to leverage it?
You can try. These are pretty big rocks. You can defy danger using strength, but I'm going to give you a -1 because of the size of these things. They're pretty big. Unless you can think of another way to remove them.
Does it look like they're just not gonna happen? Like how big are, like as big as me, or
Bigger than you, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, these are pretty substantial. I mean, they can be moved, but yeah, you'll need either assistance or, I mean, it's possible.
Oh, I've got
Take a
this.
-1 to, yeah, you could try that, or you could wait till these guys get here and they can help you, or you could find some working machinery that might help you move them.
Yeah, I've got this this riding mower right here. Can this
Yeah.
mine robot come help?
Totally, yep.
Yeah.
So he'll give you a +1, so that'll cancel out the -1. So you're just rolling with your strength.
Okay. Still not great. Let's
Not
give it a shot.
great. Yeah. I mean, the robot's smaller than you, so he's trying to help.
Got the same numbers. Let me re-roll that again.
Okay.
That's different. So that is 7.
Okay. So so your choices are, because we do with the defy danger on a partial, so you get a choice. The choice is you can do it. You can burn out this poor robot's juices to move this rock away, and then he'll be freed. Or you can not move it, and you'll still have the robot, and try again, or wait till the others get here, or whatever.
Feel to Corbin, it's more important to save this this gray here.
Okay, great. Okay, so the poor robot strains and strains and strains. You can see sparks flying off of it, and oil leaking off of this poor thing. And it does eventually move the rock high enough for you to pull this foreman out.
Yeah, which I do.
You do that, and then the poor thing falls apart. The rock falls to the ground. So -1 robot, but you have freed the foreman.
And I'll do the like put his arm over my shoulder, and I'm like, all right, let's go find your crew.
All right, and about that time, we'll say that Pearl and Rue show up. So they're you can see them coming up the little coming up the way.
What did you find, Corbin?
Well, this is the foreman. And he says there's some more that are in danger. And Rue's here too, right? Both of them came.
Yep.
All right, I think we need to go further in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the foreman is kind of out of it. He will need to be resuscitated somehow, because he's not really able to communicate. Like your telepathic link is really good for what you did, and then it's toast. So you could try that again, or you could find some way to resuscitate him. What do you think? Anybody?
Oh, I thought you were asking Corbin if he wanted to use this little psychic thing again.
Well, he could. You could try that again, if you want to.
Can we look around to see if the sensor array is accessible here? That would use the ping, or are we able to successfully reuse our tracker?
So in order to use the
rewire
tracker, somebody will need to modify it to read the signal from the beacons that are on these uniforms. That's what you'd have to do. Alternately, you could try to fix the system that the robots interface with. You'll have to find that. The robots could probably tell you where that is. But again, you'd have to fix it. So it's really you're kind of going to be sort of doing the same thing either way. Or you could resuscitate the foreman, and he could describe to you where he thinks most of them are.
Oh, well, we're going to have to resuscitate him at some point anyway, so let's help him.
Okay. So how are you going to do that? He is unconscious, basically. So if you guys have any kind of healing stuff, you could use that on him.
Cullen has a medic gear, but we don't have him or his stuff with us.
Yeah, he is considered non-compos mentis at this point. So, unfortunately,
I have a metabolic tonic. That sounds beneficial.
Yes, so that would definitely fix him up real good.
Yeah.
However, that's a one-use item, so it will be gone after you give it to him.
Seems important.
Okay. All right. So you now you will have to remove his helmet to give it to him because he has to drink it.
Oh my god. That seems bad. How deadly is this chromium gas? Instantly deadly? Or?
You could survive for a couple of minutes if you had to breathe it in. It wouldn't be great, but you could do it.
Can we escort him out of here first?
You could
take him back up on the robots.
Yeah, you could if you wanted to.
Or yeah.
I don't know if we'll have the time, Rue. There's still people trapped down here.
Well, if someone wants to do that, I can work on the tracking beacons.
Okay.
What do you need me to do?
Like someone can get him out of here and resuscitate him, so we can get information from him.
I'll pick him up.
Okay, so Pearl, you're going to pick up the foreman and take him out of the mines?
Yeah.
And then administer the potion to him?
Correct.
The metabolic tonic. Well, that's basically what it is, a healing potion, right? Okay, sure. All right, so you go and do that. So the two of you that remain, what are you doing?
So I want to work on the modifying the tracking.
Okay,
the tracker.
Sure. Okay. So we'll have you defy danger using int, essentially. The danger being that the longer you're down here, the conditions make it worse.
So I rolled a 13.
Wow. Okay, that's great. All right. Yeah. So you are able to modify it to match the signal, and you are able to detect all of the miners using this device. And you also, because you rolled so well, you do know how to switch it back to what you had before. So you don't have to roll again to do that. So
Super.
okay. So you've got roughly the locations of these miners within the mine. They're all lower than where you are now. Some of them are close, some of them are far away. It just kind of depends. So, how do you want to proceed?
Well, I feel kind of bad abandoning your Pearl, but we should get ahead and help these people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we'll do a similar thing, right, with the robots.
Okay, sure. So so you got 5 robots left. One of them went poof, but you have 5 left, and they'll follow you down. I assume you guys are just walking now because they're not that much. It's not worth getting on the robots again to get down there. So you find the first one. He is probably, I don't know, 20, 30 feet away from where the foreman was. Again, trapped under some rocks. Now, this guy, you do notice that there is a pipe next to him jutting out of the wall that is leaking this green gas out of it. Like, you can physically see the gas. That's how much it's leaking.
Is he conscious?
It doesn't appear. I mean, he's not moving, but
okay, right.
He's trapped under several of these large boulders.
Can I shoot the boulders?
Sure.
Like how the ship shot asteroids?
Yeah, try to make them small enough to move. Yeah, you could do that. Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to make you roll though, because if you miss, bad things might happen. So you won't need to roll damage. Just roll to see if you hit, and that'll be good enough.
Okay. So would that be a stat? Like a dex?
You're going to roll shoot. So there's a basic move called shoot that uses your dex.
Did not do well. I got a 5.
Got a 5. All right. So our clock ticks again.
Oh no.
We are now 2 out of 6 on the clock. You still got, time. Okay, so you shoot your pistol. It literally bounces off of the boulder. Like, you just hit it at the exact wrong angle. Bounces off the boulder, hits the ceiling. And where it hit the ceiling is a bunch of mechanical devices. You're not 100% sure what they are, but it doesn't matter because they burst a shower of sparks down below onto you guys. So you hit something up there, and all of the lights go out in here. And Pearl, you're up top. You see the lights that were remaining up top go out.
Is everything all right down there?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get on comms and say, "No, it is not Pearl. You might have to come down here. We seem to damage the light source, but we found the other miners. If you can get the foreman to safety, it might be better to assist us down here."
Understood. On my way.
All right, so yeah, we'll say that during this time, Pearl was able to get the foreman out, administer the healing stuff. Everything's fine. He basically corroborates what you know. Now you can, if you want to ask him any questions, you can. But he's able to function, speak, all that stuff. So, and he tells you about the missing miners, which you already know, about the explosions, which you already know. So, if there's anything additionally, Pearl, you want to ask him before you head back down the mines?
Foreman, we are here trying to find an assassin droid that supposedly came to this. Have there been any arrivals of droids?
I mean, there are shipments of labor robots all the time. I mean, an assassin?
Do we have a file? Can I show a pic of this droid?
Yeah, okay. He has not. Yeah, he has not seen Rohan. He's like, I have never seen anything that's crazy looking. I'm used to seeing our little robots that carry stuff around. This thing is got guns and stuff on it. Yeah, no, he's not. No, he does tell you something interesting though. He tells you that the gas itself is not explosive, so it should not have exploded like it did.
Understood.
So he's not sure what happened down there.
Are there any beings among your work crew or underneath that might be a target of an assassination?
I mean, he's not aware of anybody. I mean, they're all just simple, laborers. They don't, as far as he knows. He doesn't have any new people that showed up or anything like that.
You should proceed to safety.
All right, he'll go join the rest of the. Yeah, he'll go join everybody else. Okay, and you head back down.
Yes, and grabbing any light sources that I can find on the way, like.
Yeah, we'll say there's a couple of little lanterns. They don't do much, but they're better than nothing. Okay. Now, you probably have a light source on you since you're a robot. If you want to say you have one, that's probably legitimate.
Maybe I have a little Swiss Army pod kind of deal, something like that.
Sure. It doesn't illuminate a whole lot, but it's better than nothing. Okay.
Yeah, like a mag light. Be cool.
Yeah. All right. So you're heading down there. All right. So Corbin and Rue, what do you want to do? You can't see anything.
Let's see. My staff glows, right? So maybe it's just like a spooky, flashlight thing.
Yeah, I mean, you can probably see your immediate area right around your feet and stuff, and that's probably it. It's not super glowy. So, and you guys also see probably occasionally some sparks on the walls and stuff, but other than that, you can't see much.
Yeah, it's not good at all. Rue, do you think you can repair this? Do you even know what happened?
I mean, I shot it, right? So that would do it. I don't know if it can be repaired though if it was too damaged, and it's on the roof, so I'd have to get on the roof somehow.
Yeah, you probably hit a junction box or something that just took out all the electrical in here. That's probably what happened. So that's not immediately fixable, unless you want to spend a lot of time trying to, because you can't even see it. So right. You do know where the miner is that you were trying to free. I mean, he's near enough to where, I mean, you could just take your staff and shine it towards him. You can see him. He's right next to where you're at. So you can still try to free him.
And you said that pipe was kind of leaking gas onto him or her?
So the pipe is jutting out of the wall and it's broken. You can clearly jagged edges on it and stuff, right? And the gas is kind of pouring out of it, but it's raising up into the air. It's not really heavy enough to go down. It's more floating.
Okay, so that's not an immediate danger, at least, right?
You don't think so, unless you want to stand in it. Maybe, I don't know.
I prefer not to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Rue, maybe we can just do it the old-fashioned way. Maybe we can get this rock off of him. Do any of the mining robots are here too, right?
Yeah, and they have independent power sources. They're not affected by that thing, so they can totally help you.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's the motto.
Right, so do one of you guys want to aid the other one and try to move these? And one of the robots will pitch in for a +1 on top of whatever you guys do.
Okay.
So who's moving the rock?
Go for it, Rue.
All right.
So you're aiding Rue. What kind of relationship do you have with Rue?
That's my special relationship.
Excellent. That's a +2. So you're getting a +3 total there, Rue.
Oh,
on top of your mighty strength of what?
0.
0. All right. Well, at least it's not a -1. That's all I can say about that.
And I'm gonna make this even more. I'm gonna make this psychic. I'm gonna psychically bolster his strength. That's how I'm helping.
Sure.
Don't worry, Rue. You can do this.
Yeah.
Believe in the power that we share.
So I got 8. Because 5 + 3.
Okay. All right. So you got a partial success. So I'm going to give you the same options as before. You can decide to blow out your poor robot and do it, or you can not do it but not make things any worse, and maybe wait for Pearl to get there.
What was the second thing? I didn't really
So you
understand.
can either, the robot will expend all of its effort and blow itself out, and you'll be minus one more robot, but free the guy. Or you can not free him, but he's no worse for the wear, and maybe Pearl can come help you when she gets back. Those are your options.
I think we should do this as quick as possible because there are a lot of people, but Pearl will be a great help when she gets here.
Okay, and you've got 4 more after this, so it's not like, Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So the robot again, he strains and stresses, and he's able to lift this robot, this boulder up high enough for someone to grab this poor miner.
And I'll do it.
Who grabs him? You grab him? All right. Pull him
Sure.
out. No problem. Robot falls apart, crushed by the boulder. You got 4 left. And Pearl pretty much arrives right about then. Or right after that, we'll say.
Oh, we lost another robot.
Yes.
Sorry, Tom.
Tom 1, Tom 2, Tom 3. Okay, so you've got 5 more miners trapped down here as far as you know. Your tracking device still works, so you know that there's 5 more, right? You know roughly where they're at. However, you still have no light source down here. You've got Pearl brought some kind of lantern with her, so you've got that. You've got the glowiness of the staff, and then Pearl has her own light source, so you've got some light. It's better than nothing.
All right. So yeah, I guess we're gonna look around in the darkness for more of these miners, right?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can figure out where they're at based on the tracking beacons. So finding them isn't really the issue. Just navigating this environment might be a little tricky. But we'll say since you have the 3 light sources, you have enough to be able to walk around a bit. And you find a miner who is, it looks like, so you only see the back half of him. It looks like he's stuck in one of these tubes. So you see his haunches and his feet sticking out, and his suit is like completely charred. So it looks like what happened was he got caught in one of his explosions and was thrown into one of these tubes and is stuck there.
Can we pry him out of there?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Is he okay? Did that kill him?
No. In fact, his legs like twitch a little bit. So you think he's still like conscious and stuff. He's just stuck.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to pry him out of there without doing the least damage I can, hopefully.
Sure. So he's kind of high up. You guys could work together to pull him free. You won't even have to roll anything if that's what you want to do. So who wants to try to do this?
Sure. I think at least Corbin's jumping in there.
Okay.
I will help.
You want to help out?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So the 2 of you work together and you free this guy. His suit is very damaged, and you think that he probably has inhaled some of this gas because his suit, there's clear holes in this thing, right? So this suit is damaged. So he is alive, but he is definitely showing symptoms of having inhaled some of this chromium gas. While you guys are doing this, you hear from further down the tunnel some kind of mechanical door opening or closing or something. Probably about 50 feet away from where you're at.
I'll head towards the door in front of the others.
Okay. So Rue, does this happen while they're pulling him out? So actually, so Pearl,
sorry.
you're still, yeah. So I want to see if Rue wanted to react because he's not doing anything. So Rue, you hear this noise. What do you think?
There's someone alive, right? So I want to go try to help them at least.
Okay, so you're going to try to head towards where this noise came from?
Yeah.
Okay, and you've got a light source of some kind. You have a lantern, maybe?
Yeah, we got the lanterns from Pearl, right?
Right. She had a lantern, and then she has her own light source coming out of her hand or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so you head down there, and you see as you approach, there is it looks like an elevator or something that is currently closed, but you can see there's an elevator approximately where that noise came from.
All right. I think I'll radio that to the other people. Like,
Yeah.
There's an elevator, and seems like someone just went in.
Yeah, so by the time you get down there, they're pretty much done with what they were doing with this guy. So you guys are all now free to act. However, you're slightly split up. So Rue is about 50, 60 feet away from you guys looking at this elevator.
That seems pretty suspicious, Pearl. I think we should check this out. And is this guy okay? Is he well enough to go back to the surface?
Maybe you might want to send him up there on one of your robots, because he does not look good. It looks like he's kind of got what you would the equivalent of like radiation poison or something. Like he looks kind of sick.
Yeah, it's probably worth it to get him up there fast.
Okay.
So we're down to 3 robots, I think, right?
Well, I mean, it'll come back. So yeah, for the moment. So all right, it takes off. Cool. All right. So Rue, while you're down there looking at this elevator, you think you hear somebody moving around. You hear feet scraping on rocks down there, like the rocky surface.
Is that like cover anywhere you can get behind?
There's all kinds of cover. There's boulders, there's broken machinery, there's all kinds of crap down here. Yeah, there's lots of places to hide.
Okay, so I think I'll like if does it sound like they're getting closer or?
I think I may want to have you roll analyze for this, because I think that this is a tricky situation.
All right.
That way you can ask some questions and maybe figure out what's happening.
Let's get basic moves.
Now, while he's doing that, so the other two, while you guys are kind of sending this robot off to go take this poor miner up to the surface, as you're looking around with your light sources and stuff, right where this guy was, you're maybe trying to figure out, well, where is this explosion that sent this poor guy into the tube? You notice on the opposite wall, there's a very obvious device of some kind that is completely blown up, but it's a device. So if you want to investigate that, you certainly can.
Is that Rue that noticed it?
No, you guys. So you guys are up.
Oh, awesome.
Remember,
Okay.
you guys are separated slightly. So you guys sent the miner on his way back to the surface. And as you're kind of looking around a little bit, you notice this device, like that. It looks like an exploded bomb or something, or a device of some kind.
We may have some evidence that Ro has been here, I say as I move closer.
Yeah, so do you want to understand this device? Or what remains of it?
I do.
Yeah. And we'll get back to Rue here in a sec.
Okay. And understand is intelligence?
Correct.
Okay, cool. I was looking at the playbook stuff, so I moved away from the moves.
Yeah, I failed. I got a 7 and -1 wisdom.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll handle that here in a sec. I will take the clock though while we're doing that.
Go ahead and take it twice. I rolled a 4.
All right, 4 out of 6.
We're great at this saving people thing.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's. All right. So let's deal with Pearl first, just because it's a little. Okay. So Pearl, this thing is pretty clearly a bomb that's already exploded. You've seen this. You're a combat robot, so you're at least tangentially familiar with explosives. And you notice as you're looking around, you see a bunch of other lights, little red blinking lights along these passages that look probably kind of like what this thing used to look like. And they're a beeping and a blinking and a beeping and a blinking. So yeah. So you get to deal with that. So while you guys are looking at that, Rue, you have, so you're hiding. So you duck behind. What do you want to duck behind?
A bowler, probably.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So you duck behind a boulder, and you hear some more movement. You don't see anything, but you can't see a whole lot because of your your lantern. You can see somewhat, but really just wherever you point the lantern, right? So you're kind of like, oh, where is this thing? And something is on top of the boulder that you are hiding behind. Oh, sorry. Question. So that means there's more bombs. Yes. More bombs
Okay.
for Pearl. That's what that means. Okay. Anyway, yeah,
Cool.
Rue, so something just leapt on top of the boulder that you're hiding behind.
Okay. I think I'll.
Do you want to look at
I
it
think
with your
I'll
light?
like yell at them. Huh?
Do you want to look at it with your light and see what the hell just jumped up there?
That would be a good plan. Yeah.
All right. Something very shiny is up there. In fact, it looks like the assassin robot. And
Oh
he's
wow.
pointing both of his gun arms down at you.
I'll be like, you're under arrest.
Yeah, great. All right. So you are in danger. Okay. The danger being he's going to shoot you.
Right.
So you guys are, we'll say, aware of this, but you're kind of far away. So if you want to try to help Rue, or Rue can try to get himself out of danger. But he basically, the mechanic is when you're in danger, you have one chance to get yourself out of danger. Otherwise, the bad thing happens. So however you guys decide you want to handle this is up to you. But Rohan is here. You found him. Yay. Oh, hey, you completed the milestone, find Rohan. So everyone gets an XP for
Great. Maybe we'll advance and be able to do cool things.
that.
Yeah, so I can advance.
Yep. So that is completed, which is great. But you still have to deal with him.
Yeah, so now I can take an advance. Maybe I'll get somebody to help.
Well, let's wait till we resolve. Let's wait till we resolve this before you do that.
Okay.
So, like I said, you're in danger. So you can
Right.
get yourself out of danger, and if you want to do that, just describe how you do it. Or if you have a move to get yourself out of danger, or if someone else has a move to get you out of danger, it's going to be a little trickier because they're further away, but it's possible.
I was thinking of using a metamorph system. Like, can I use that as camouflage? Like, disguise myself as rocks, you know?
Sure. Why not? Sure. So what I'll have you do is defy danger using your int to figure out the best way to do this quickly.
Okay.
Or you can, I guess you could use Dex because it's quickly. I guess you could, whichever one's higher, go ahead and roll.
Int's higher.
Okay.
8.
Okay. Yeah. So on a partial success, let's see here. All right. So. All right. So. I'm trying to remember. Does the metamorph system have uses?
Yeah,
I think
it's
it does.
3.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to say that in order for you to do this quickly, you'll have to use 2 of its uses to get away from him. Or you can, I guess, not get away from him. I don't know. It's not really a good choice, but I mean,
Right.
you're having to spend resources. So is that what you want to do?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So you have now camouflaged yourself as rocks. He still shoots at you, but he misses because he can't figure out what to shoot at. So pew, 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 pew. All right. So you guys over 50 feet away or so see this happening. You see someone shoot. Actually, you know it's Rohan because he said over the radio. So Rohan's shooting at poor Rue, who's trapped beneath these rocks. Or not trapped, but, you know. So what do you guys want to do? Yes. In that sense, you're trapped, yes. So what do you guys think? Pearl and or Corbin?
Do we want to take that bio break you'd offered up while we think about it? Or do you guys want to jump in and try to help out? Corbin.
Oh, we can take a break if you want. That's fine with me.
Yeah, I might take a quick one real fast.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Okay, cool.
Cool. Thanks.
All right. All right, I'm back. Hello.
Hey,
How we doing?
good. Kind of neat to see the Star Patrol like saving people, like superhero stuff. Kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the things I kind of wanted to do with the game is not have it be like a dark future, because there's a lot of dark future sort of games. So I wanted to have more of a brighter outlook sort of game. It doesn't have to be. If you want to do a dark game with it, you can. There's nothing stopping you, but... Did Corbin advance? I think he did. Did you get an advance yet?
No, I think I've only got one experience point this time by my calculations
Oh.
so far. So I'm still at 8.
Well, you should have gotten one for the milestone. We just resolved the milestone.
Yeah, I think that's
And
it.
Really? You didn't do any of your drives or anything? That seems... Or relationships? I think you must have done something, one of those.
I might have got my drive this next time from helping the... Or, what was it? Spirit someone from danger using my...
I mean,
They did that like left and right.
Yeah, he didn't use his psionics, though. He was using the robot to do it.
Well, no, he used his psionics to locate people.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we'll give you that one. Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
When do you get the XP for the drive? When the milestone happens?
Well, you get that, and then also the drives. Whenever when you do them, you get the XP. So you would have gotten it back when you found the guy. We'll say you get it for that. That's fine.
Oh yeah, then yeah, I'd have the 9 then.
Okay, cool. So we're still waiting on Asher. So go ahead and take a look through and see what you like.
Yeah.
Remember, you can also take advances from other playbooks. Although I usually recommend people at least take a couple from their original playbook first, unless there's one you really want from their playbook. But the Psi has lots of cool ones.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going to take one of the other Psi moves.
Okay. How many XP does Pearl have?
I've got 9.
So you just got your advance?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually had given myself an XP earlier for a failure, and then you reminded me that I was wrong, and I took it back down, but then I got back up, and I don't think I gave my... So we did complete one milestone, so I might actually be at...
Yeah, you found Rohan, which is one of your milestones. You totally found it.
Then I'm at 10.
So yeah. Yep, good. Okay. Good. All right. All right, Asher, are you back? All right, great. So turns out that Corbin got an advance, so he's looking at that. And so while we're taking a look at that, so you're currently disguised as Rox. The robot Rohan is still standing above you, kind of trying to figure out where you're at. So he's there, still sort of menacing you.
Can I take an advance also?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I like the disarm one since I'm getting guns in my face.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't disarm Rohan. The guns are his arms.
Oh, so maybe
So
not.
that would help you immediately, although in the future maybe it would against a different enemy. But for him, unfortunately, he can't really be disarmed that way. Just like you can't take Pearl's gun away from her either. You can, but it requires more than just disarming them.
Yeah.
Get on the tool belt and start.
But you can't do that with like ships either. Like that was the other time we got shot at.
Yeah. I mean, that's still a useful move, but Just think about the kind of stuff you want to be able to do. There's some really cool moves for the Jack. There's like bypassing security and all kinds of neat stuff.
Yeah, I think that was my second choice.
You could raise one of your stats. You could always do that. So
that would be good.
One thing the game does not want for options when you advance. That is for sure. All right, so while he's thinking about that, Pearl and Corbin, you know that your fellow agent is being shot at. What do you want to do about that?
Go shoot them.
Deflection is awesome. That was a good move, dude.
Well, yeah. I think I got to. I think I'm gonna try and go into a combat trance while this is going on.
Sounds like an excellent idea.
Or wait. Oh yeah, because I got a combat trance, but I think that was the last scene, right?
Sure yeah, and you've definitely failed rolls since then, so I think it would be gone at this point.
Oh yeah. Okay. So that is.
So you don't need to. Do you need to do that?
What's that?
Oh yeah, I do. I have to roll for it, but I got good enough.
Yes. Okay. Did you have to spend your reserve? Because you only have one left, right?
Yeah, but I got a 11, so I get some.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. So basically, you spend it and you get it back. So you don't end up spending it. Okay. Cool. So yeah, when he runs out of reserve, he can't use his psi moves. He can still fight and stuff. He just can't use his cool psi moves until he gets some reserve back. Okay.
Yeah, that actually net me one since I rolled so well. It works out.
Oh, okay. Oh, excellent. All right. So you're going back. That's awesome. Okay. Cool. So now you're all juiced up. What do you want to do?
I think, just since I'm definitely not grounded in reality, I'm just running off into this danger to help Rue out. Surely Pearl can deal with this person. The bystander.
The bystander. Oh no, he's gone. You sent him off. He's gone, I think.
Okay, even better.
About the guy that was stuck in the tube? Yeah, he's gone. You sent him away.
So showdown is showdown with Rohan then, right?
That's basically what you're looking at. Yep.
This is beautiful. Now, do we need to get info from Rohan, or is this arrest him and we can kill him if we need to?
That's up to you guys. I mean, what do you think? You know that the tunnels are rigged to explode, and potentially he did it.
Potentially he did it.
Well, someone else could have done it, I suppose.
Rohan, Assassin Droid, you are under arrest. This is Star Patrol.
He rakes some laser shots above your head. He's not impressed.
Awesome. Nice.
All right.
That's what I needed.
Yeah. The battle is joined, I think.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, Corbin, you're all juiced up. You want to run over there and heedlessly strike at this robot?
Heck yeah, I do.
All right. Do it.
So that's a fight, I assume, right?
Yeah, you're hitting him with your staff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be fight. And I believe you, depending on how your jewel is set up, you can do a wisdom instead of strength.
Yeah.
And anytime you do a move, you can change how the jewel is set up.
Oh, cool.
So you can just say, it's just part of your move. You just say, I put it in the staff, and then you're good.
Oh, nice. Well, I had that whole montage of putting in my weapon, so I've definitely got to keep it there.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Oh no.
Maybe spin it around above your head as you're charging towards the robot.
Oh, well, yeah. But probably not the best move because I think I get a 6 there.
Uh-oh. No, that's 5 out of 6 on the clock. Oh, that's bad. Okay. Well, let's see what happens here. So 5 out of 6. All right. Yeah, so you run up there, spinning your staff. You're kind of like so you've seen Indiana Jones, the Raiders of the Lost Ark, where the guy has the 2 swords, I think, and he's spinning them around, and he looks real menacing and stuff, and then Indy just kind of shoots him. That's what happens to you.
Mm-hmm.
So Rohan's is kind of looking at you like his little robot brain is analyzing your combat moves, and he's just like, pew! He shoots you with one of his guns. So you're going to take a D10 damage. Kaboom!
Oh, boy.
Rohan is very dangerous. You do get your armor if you have any.
So one of my relationships is to use Corbin as a distraction.
Yes.
So I think while he's doing that, I'll be getting behind Rohan, right, to shoot him in the back.
Sure, totally. Yep.
Or make
So
sure
go
he
ahead and do
doesn't
that,
escape.
and yeah, give yourself XP for that. That's a good move. I like that. You don't have to
Oh
roll
no!
anything. You just
Roll a 10 on there. That's good.
ooh, kaboom! All right, so you are blasted right in the chest, center mass. Yeah. All right. What about Pearl?
I mean, why get fancy? I think it is time for shooting. I'd like to
Yeah.
shoot.
All right.
All right. Shoots a dex. I'm sorry. I should know that.
Correct.
But...
It's okay. Rohan is kind of doing a robotic laugh as he's doing this,
goodness.
by the way.
I may have shot him in his laughing mouth with my 12.
Oh, that's good. So you got a complete success, which means you do your damage and you don't have to pick a bad thing off of the shoot list.
Yay. I'm rolling a d8 of damage.
And I believe you add something from your matter gun, right?
My matter gun...
I think it's +2, I think.
Is +2 damage. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
That is 5 damage.
Okay. So you do notice that Rohan has some pretty significant armor. His armor is tougher than yours, slightly. But you do some damage to him. So your rail gun, essentially, your Gauss gun, basically penetrates a couple places on his armor. So you definitely do some damage to him. So that's good. Okay. So Rue's hiding. So why don't we go back to our Sai? So you've been blasted right in the chest with this gun, this laser cannon. So now what?
Yeah, I think I just got to do it again. I'm gonna try.
Now your combat trance is gone because you failed.
Right.
So just FYI.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I do have Kreth Initiative, which gives me a little bonus to damage. So let's see if I can make this work this time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go right back in.
Okay.
Doesn't defer me. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Well, all my dice disappeared.
Oh. I think that means you have to go home.
Yeah.
All my dice are gone.
How did I do that? That's all.
There's a clear button, so somebody must have cleared it.
I hit that. Oops. Let's do this again. Aha. Okay. This is slightly better. So a 9 total. That'll work.
Okay. So that is a partial success. So on a partial success on fight, you get to your damage, and he damages you. So what do you do to attack him? Like, what does it look like?
Yeah, I think after just my chest still smoking, I just got to buckle down, and maybe his eyes are now glowing orange, the same orange as his staff, with renewed resolve, and he goes in there and tries to just, I think, hit his arms away, so that mostly to just at least fictionally disarm him, but just doing damage really.
Totally. Okay, cool. Let's roll your damage, see how you do.
So I get a 6 plus my wisdom, which is, that's pretty good. Or an 8 plus my wisdom, but I rolled a 6, and so that is an 8 total.
Okay. All right, so that's a pretty significant shot. So you definitely get through his armor, and he looks damaged. Both of his arms you hit with your staff with this psionic power behind it, and you see sparks coming off of some exposed circuitry on both of the arms. So what he does in reaction is it looks like he's going to kick you, but his feet have like claws on them, and instead what he does is he grabs your head and throws you.
Oh, General Grievous.
He tosses you into a rock wall with his foot.
Oh no.
So you're gonna take a D10. That's his damage die, so it's not a nice feller.
Oh, what if I try to move myself out of danger for that? Is that?
Well, so this is a result of your move. So when you get a partial on fight, you do your damage and they damage you. So it's yeah.
So that's how much damage?
D10. How'd you do?
That's a 7.
Okay.
That puts me at 0. Uh-oh.
Okay. You don't have any armor or anything?
Oh, wait, you're right. That puts me at 0. Close.
Okay. Yeah, close. You're in bad shape. So he tosses you up against the wall. You're like, ah. All right. So So Rue, you've been hiding during this time. Do you want to do anything? Help out your buddies here? He's definitely not paying attention to you.
I was gonna try to shoot him, I think.
Do it. Now that may give away your position. Just FYI.
Right.
The other thing you could try to do is you could aid one of your friends by doing something to, like, distract Rohan or something like that. You could do that without necessarily giving away your position.
All right. Yeah. So I'll try to distract him. There's the elevator. Maybe I'll like press the elevator button so it goes ding.
Sure.
Like someone's.
What the hell? Yeah.
Okay.
So who are you aiding?
I guess Corbin.
Okay. Do you have a relationship with either one of them that would make sense to aid them?
Just using Corbin as a distraction.
Okay. What's your relationship with Pearl?
That she advises me when it comes to money.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So you're gonna aid Corbin. You have a regular relationship with him, I assume?
I don't think I chose the special.
Okay. So Corbin, the next time you do something to Rohan, you'll get a +1 from the aid. Okay. Cool. So let's check back in with Pearl.
So has anything changed in our landscape? Like, is there any other than shoot? Like, I think shoot seems like the best option here, to just keep shooting until he goes down.
Well,
but I'm curious if anything's changed.
So potentially, because you know that there's these bombs throughout the tunnels, right? Potentially, Rohan might have some kind of detonator on him that you could try to get away from him so that he doesn't collapse the tunnels, which is what would happen if these bombs went off.
And I'm going to get close and
Yep.
Let me look at the options for fight. Is there a take a thing away from somebody like you?
I did get a thief move, so that sounds perfect.
Yeah, maybe he could
that's what
steal
I'll be
it.
doing.
Maybe you could distract him and then yeah.
Yeah, why don't I aid our wonderful thief in trying to get that? So I make eyes at Rue and glance at the device.
Yeah.
And then I'll go try to distract him, and I'll be spouting some more Star Patrol nonsense.
Like regulations and things that he's violating by doing all this stuff.
Violated the ordinance. There's an ordinance on the ordinance, and you have violated
She's got
it.
them all in your database, so you just blurt them all.
Rattle them off.
Totally. Okay. Cool. All right. So you're doing that. Regular relationship with Rue?
Rue relies on my vast knowledge, so I'm spouting vast knowledge of Star Patrol regulations.
You are. So I'm gonna say, yeah. Go ahead and give yourself XP for that. Why not?
Yay! And that's not a special relationship.
Okay, so you're going to give Rue a +1. All right. So in between all of this, Corbin, you have an opportunity to take a shot at this robot if you want to.
Oh, of course I will.
He's temporarily distracted by what Rue was doing with the elevator.
So yeah, that's another fight then, right?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, assuming that's what you want to do, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a 9 total with that +1.
Okay. So again, same deal. You're going to do your damage, and then it's going to damage you.
So 3 plus 5 total.
Okay. So what do you do this time to the robot?
Oh, I think when he just turns his head to look at this, this elevator coming up, that's when I just baseball bat him with my staff right in the side of the head.
Side of the head. Okay, beautiful. All right, yeah. So he definitely damaged him some more. There's a big dent there. He wheels around with one of his gun arms and just rifle whips you across the face for D10.
This may put me out. Let's see.
Well, it put you to 0. It doesn't put you out. I'll explain what happens when you drop to 0.
Yeah, that's so 6 minus 6 total.
Yeah, so you stop at 0. So when you drop to 0 vitality, nothing special happens. But the next time you take damage, you're going to mark a wounded box. And every time you mark a wounded box, there's a wounded move you have to roll, which could knock you out.
Oh, interesting.
So at this point, you're just winded. You can't take any more vitality damages. No matter how much you take next time, you mark a wound box. So
Okay.
cool. Assuming you take damage, like if you had armor and you rolled the 1 for damage, you wouldn't take damage, so no wound box. So it just depends. It's the next time you would take damage, right? So okay, great. So that's all happening. Certainly Rohan is sufficiently distracted for Rue to attempt to grab this detonator, and Rue has a +1 to do this from Pearl's aid. So why don't you take it away there, Rue?
All right, so I rolled and got a 8, so that's partial success. The target or someone else knows you took it. If this move triggers a drive, add +1 forward.
Okay. So yeah, he certainly knows that you took it because he can see you doing it. So basically what he's got this detonator strapped to him, but we'll say that you have like a small knife and you cut the straps and grab it. So you now have the detonator, but he now sees you. So it has spoiled your disguise that you had. So he knows that you have the device and he can see you.
Mm-hmm.
But you have it.
All right.
All right. So yeah, what do you want to do?
So I guess we should just try to get out of here now, right?
Sure, you can.
Get more help. I don't know that we're going to be able to take all this ourselves.
All right. What about? All right. So are you running away from him? Is that what you're trying to do? Or you want to wait and see what your allies do?
How damaged is he? Like,
he's somewhat damaged.
Take him?
I mean, Corbin's in way worse shape than he is. Corbin is out of vitality, so he is beat up. Pearl's undamaged as far as I know. And so are you.
Pearl's in excellent condition. Thank you for your concern.
Yes.
So maybe since he knows where I am, I'll give the device to Corbin and he can get out of here with it.
Ooh,
sure.
I like that.
Okay, sure. Okay, so you hand the device to Corbin. Corbin, what do you want to do?
So, like, what does the device do?
It's a detonator. So it's Pearl. Remember, Pearl located or saw all those blinking lights that are bombs.
Right.
So all of the tunnels are rigged to blow up and collapse. So this is the detonator that would do that.
Gotcha. So yeah, maybe Ruth throws it through the cave and Corbin just grabs it.
Sure.
And says, what's his name? Oh, Rohan. Okay, Rohan, we know who you are. You're wanted for questioning. If you don't stop this fruitless assault on us, then, well, this will be the last day. Meet your maker.
Interesting. Okay. So that sounds like a negotiate move. You definitely have leverage because there's more of you than there are of him, and you've got his detonator. So the negotiate is a basic move, and when you enter into a risky bargain, state what you are offering, and roll plus charisma. So you're offering him what?
Keep him alive.
Yeah, I guess that we're going to question you and not blow you up.
Okay, that seems legit. Okay, so roll plus your charisma.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure that's your best stat, right?
Not my best.
No.
Oh, wow.
Worst.
Got a 10.
Excellent. So on any success, your negotiating partner will state what they want in return. You must agree to these terms. The deal is off, and you don't have to pick one of the complications. So what he wants is that he will tell you what you want to know, but then you have to let him go.
Well, if you tell us what we want, I promise you that we'll. I'll do what I can to make sure that doesn't happen. That you'll be free to go.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so he agrees to stand down, assuming that nobody else wants to attack him, and he will. Yeah, you guys can question him. Now you can either question him in here, or you can go out of here. He doesn't necessarily need to stay in here.
We have the device. But yeah, let's get out of here. It's unstable. I'm worried about my friends. So we've gotten everyone else out there. No bystanders. No one else is in danger.
No, there's still 4 more guys down here. But since you've dealt with Rohan now, we can just say that you have the robots take care of the rest of these guys. Because I guess, move things along a little bit here. So if you want, the robots will free everybody else.
I do want them to free everybody else. I tell all the Toms.
Cool. All right. So they do that. You guys can take that elevator out of here. It goes up to the facility. So you can just question him somewhere up there if you want. It's a lot safer up there.
Oh, Pearl, can you just download his memory banks or something?
That is a little invasive.
Well, you know the danger that could happen if we don't.
True. I need you to consent to a copy of your database, Rohan.
He's not willing to consent to that unless you have something specific that he will give you, but he's not going to give you everything.
What is the main person we're after again? I can check this.
Garcanius Brand.
We want all information on Arcanius Brand.
Very well. He agrees to give that to you. He partitions off all that information in his database and says you can have this. Cool.
Is there anything else we want from Rohan?
I mean, he's a bad dude, but your main mission is to find Garcanius Brand and figure out what he's up to, which you are now getting information about that.
And maybe if we're having like a huddle of just the Star Patrollers, Corbin will say, "What it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, but this is far space, so we don't usually pick sides in faction wars. I guess we'll have to let him go." And I did make a.
I mean, he's a small fish. He's a small fish in terms of what you're trying to do. So, unless you want to fight him some more, you probably want to cooperate. Okay. So cool. So 2 housekeeping things. You guys did complete the milestone, learn the cause of the mine explosion, which was the bombs, right? And you successfully, the clock did not blow up on you. So you also completed that. So that's 2 more XP for you guys.
I'm a lucky 13.
Yeah. All right. So learn the cause of the explosion. I'm putting these in the notes just for later on. All right. So I'm going to tell you what he knows, and then you guys can decide what you want to do next with that information. All right. So Rohan has dealt with Garcanius Brand in the past. He, in fact, very recently has dealt with him. So this is what you find out from fishing through the stuff he gave you. Okay, so he confirms that Garcanius Brand is back on the Electro system. Garcanius Brand attempted to hire Rohan, but he was not offering Rohan anything that was better than what he already was getting from the Condorian Miners Guild. But they're still on friendly terms. Rohan's information says that Garcanius Brand captured some scientists from the Atos colony recently, within the last few days. Rohan doesn't know why Bran wanted the scientists, but for some reason captured these scientists. He also tells you that Brand has a flagship that is called, where is this thing? I gave this thing a name, didn't I? The Vendetta. And has a couple of smaller transports and gunships as well. So he's got a little mini fleet for his use. They are easily identifiable and unique looking. So you've got a visual from his database of what the Vendetta looks like, so you can recognize it. He gives you some basic descriptions of other people that are in Brand's gang. So the people that you recognize from what he gives you, there is a Terran human with a cybernetic face and left side. His name is Joran Rocket Rider Hindu. And his signature weapon is a heavy flamethrower. So, yeah, so he's a good time. Another gang member is Steel Michwana, who is a Maskai female hunter with a penchant for up-close and personal encounters. She wields a pair of Krula Shishka, which are traditional Maskai curved daggers. Also another fun person. And the last one is Slank McGree, a gray pilot who's something of a show-off. So those are the three people that you're aware of from the gang that you are able to confirm with the database. He unfortunately does not know anything about a location for where Bran might be hiding currently. So that's essentially what you get.
Does he know anything about that ship that attacked us on the way in?
No, but he thinks it's possible because of the importance of his mission here that his masters may have been sending somebody to check up on him. And they probably wouldn't want Star Patrol nosing around in it. So that's probably what that was.
That makes sense.
Anybody else? No? You're going to let him go then?
Yeah, I think we should keep our word.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So just real quick, check to make sure if you guys triggered any drives or relationships during that last scene that we may have missed. And then we'll talk about what you guys want to do next.
Let's see. I feel I could make an argument for some of these. I mean, I use my fighting psionics to spirit my team away from danger, right?
Yeah, that's yeah.
And then, man, these are the two more stretches. Pearl must keep me grounded in reality. Yeah.
That's more of a role-playing thing. Like, I don't feel like that's been triggered, really. I think you guys need to kind of role-play some stuff that would justify that. But yeah, I think it's possible, sure.
Get out of reality! I'll pull you back!
So the implication there is maybe that your character daydreams, or you have unrealistic expectations about what you can do with your powers, or something along those lines, and then she's able to prove to you that those aren't true, or whatever, something along those lines.
Yeah, I sort of had in the back of my mind that I was rushing off into danger a lot, but then every time I did, it kind of worked out for the best. So maybe it was better.
Then nor did she stop you from doing it.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Okay. And
I'll work on that.
My other one was demonstrate power to those who doubt you. I mean, maybe Rohan, but that's more of a stretch.
Yeah, he didn't really say anything about doubting you, so I don't think so. But that's okay. All right, anybody else? Asher, you have any bonds or any drives or relationships that you may have triggered during that scene?
I had getting someone else out of danger using skill and guile. I think I did that.
Yeah. Stealing the detonator? Yeah, totally. Yeah. Anything else?
That was cool.
Yeah. Any relationships? I think we pretty much went over those already with your character. Okay. What about Pearl?
Drives free someone from real or figurative imprisonment.
Totally. Remember, you got the guy out of the tube. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Impress your allies with a show of force. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that'd be tough. She didn't really do any damage to her. We did a little bit of damage to Rohan, but
A wee bit, like 5.
Yeah.
It's nothing. Must take Corbin to new places.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Rue relies on my vast knowledge.
Yeah, I think you got that already.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you're right. Okay, cool.
Cool. Okay, so so let's talk about what you guys want to do with the information that you have now.
So we know he has ships. We don't know where they are. Do we have the capability to do any kind of Star Patrol search for the transponder beacons or whatever identifiers, or reach out to Star Patrol to ask if there have been sightings of?
You could, yeah, I mean, you could describe the ships. You could input their information into your databases and with Star Patrol and see if they know anything about these ships. You'd need to go back to the initiative to do that. They don't really like, you guys are the ones that are going out and doing stuff. So they're just kind of parked above Electra 2 at this point. So they're not sending anyone else out to do stuff. You guys are it. So in terms of no one will have seen anything unless they came to Electra 2, they might have seen them. But the impression that you got from looking at Rohan's information is that whatever happened there happened before you guys got there. With the scientists that were kidnapped, that happened before you guys arrived in the system.
I have a possible suggestion on what we could do next. Since we now have the names of Brand's ship and some of the crew that he works with currently, and we also know that in the past he's worked with this information broker, which is called some sort of slur, which I won't repeat to you. But I think it might be a good idea if we find, maybe if we go into the colony and find Gorok's chief information peddling rival and ask him, set it up so that this might hurt Gorok if we get the information from this rival instead of him.
Okay, so do a little bit of legwork down on Atos.
That would be my suggestion.
Okay. Yeah, you guys got the aforementioned Shantari information broker as a known associate, and you also have Garcanis' Brand half-brother, Sidellin Brand, who is around somewhere. You know about his ship. You know he's a smuggler. He might be kind of tricky to track down, but his ship is identifiable. So if you asked around, someone may have seen it. But it sounds like Unturun, the Rue Shantari information peddler, might be a little easier to track down. Is that what you guys want to do?
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do that.
And you again, I mean, he kidnapped scientists from that colony, so that is something that is very odd. Like, why would he want scientists? So that's something to pursue. Okay, cool. So that gives us some direction for next time. I want to do the end of session move here, and let's do that real quick.
Yeah, and real quick, his Brand's crime was did he steal a bunch of ships? Like Star Patrol ships?
He blew up a bunch of Star Patrol ships. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
he's like the top of their most wanted. Yeah, no, he's bad news. All right,
So
we're going to end the session real quick. What's that?
I was going to say this little small fleet is probably totally, like, it's not Star Patrol, like, stolen stuff then, right?
A few of them are, yeah.
Okay.
But they could be. Yeah. He didn't blow up everything. Some he stole. So,
that makes sense.
I mean, all of his ships are probably stolen to some degree. So, okay, great. So we're gonna go through these questions. When you guys answer yes, you guys each are gonna mark XP. Did everyone trigger at least one drive?
Yes.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody
All
did.
right. Oh, did you guys make sure that you marked the XP from the last milestone and the clock that we both completed?
Oh, the clock I didn't.
Yeah, the clock, yeah. Clock counts as a milestone in essence, so. Okay, next one. Did everyone trigger at least one relationship?
Yes, we just went through it. I think, did Corbin trigger at least one relationship?
Oh, I don't know if I did. I didn't get... Yeah, I don't think I did. I didn't make Rue better understand my powers at the first half either, I don't think. So I think I might have missed out on that.
Okay.
Your relationships suck. You need to work on it.
I
You
know.
did use your powers to find all these people, right?
Yeah, but
Or
that's
That would
listen.
improve press
Yeah.
review, I think.
Yeah, that was my drive though. I got the drive, but I don't think the relationships this time.
Yeah, I mean, so impressing Rue with your powers, we might just need to kind of build a foundation role-playing wise of how that would impress Rue. Like, does Rue think that your powers aren't that great? Is Rue generally like psionics and thinks that you're cool? Like, we kind of need to establish that, in which case you can trigger that a lot easier once we establish that in the game.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
point.
What's the other relationship that you had? What was the one with Pearl?
Keep grounded in reality.
Pearl must keep me grounded in
Oh.
reality.
Right. Okay. Okay. That's okay. All right.
I think I have to act more crazy.
Yeah. And next time, remember, you guys will have another player to interact with too. So, okay. Did we survive despite incredible odds?
We did survive.
Yeah, we got
a
pretty
lot
close
of
to
bombs.
dying.
Yeah. So if you guys had failed the clock, the tunnel would have collapsed on you. So that would have been really bad. Plus, you had this assassin robot that was pretty tough. So, yeah, you had him down like half of his vitality. So he was still a big threat. So yeah, definitely. Okay. Did anyone undergo a transformation, physical, mental, or spiritual?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Okay. Did any of you make a new ally or turn an enemy into a friend?
We kind of made the Foremans, right?
Yeah.
That guild our friend now because we helped them.
Well, here's my question: is Rohan your friend?
Oh, interesting.
Rohan's my friend with benefits.
Um,
Benefits being data exchange.
Yeah, so he did give you information. You ended the fight peaceably. Is he your friend? Is he a possible future contact? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I see him more as like a contact for the.
Because, I mean, if you
Well,
think
Pearl's
about it,
gonna
he's
look
there
him
doing
up
a job,
later.
and he's a robot, so he has no emotions about this situation. Like,
Okay.
you did interrupt him doing his job, though, so he might not like that. But you didn't destroy him.
He has no emotions about that either. So,
Well, he doesn't want to get destroyed, though. Yeah, I'll give you guys XP for that. Why not? We'll see what happens. Maybe you guys can run into him again. And then for each milestone that passed for good or ill, and I have 4 of those, you guys get 4 XP.
Oh, wow.
holy crap!
Yeah. So the way the milestones work, if you successfully complete them, you get an XP at the time. And then at the end, you get one for any of them, even if you failed them. You still get a 1 XP for them, having passed.
Oh,
So
we kinda
potentially you can get
double?
2 per. Yeah, potentially you can get 2 per milestone if you complete them all successfully.
I think that puts me over again in that case.
Yeah, you guys should be.
Is
I
it
would
every
assume you guys
9? Right? Every 9?
9 each time. Yeah. Yep.
I will be looking over the next advance then. So I got my second advance as well.
Cool. And like I said, my experience with this is it's about 1.5 advances per session. So every other session you should get at least 1. You might get 1 every session depending on how stuff goes. Did Rue get another advance?
I did, yeah.
Cool. Because you guys were right on the
Awesome.
cusp last time, so I would expect you guys would have gotten 2 this session.
Great.
Yeah.
There's one about gambling. I can be a gambler. Do you think that will come up at all?
Well, now the information broker you're going after is known to frequent a casino.
Oh, okay.
But think long term though. Like that may be the only time you guys go to a casino in this game.
Right.
I mean, if you want to push the game in that direction, we certainly can. But you know.
Oh, and how does healing work?
Oh, so at the end of a scene, if you're not a robot, you get all your vitality back. So you would have gotten, if you guys had kept playing, you would have gotten all that vitality back. The robot has to be repaired. That's kind of his weakness. So if Pearl had been damaged, she would have to be repaired by somebody.
Is there a way to get more credit? Like, how does that work?
Getting more credit. So normally in the game, you'd get paid for like jobs that you're doing if you're some kind of like mercenary or something. we'll say that you get paid by Star Patrol some amount. So we'll say like next session, you guys will all get a credit.
Okay.
But I mean,
Even
other
the
than that,
robot.
even the robot. But other than that, no, not really. I mean, in your situation, you're being paid to be Star Patrol. So you could shake somebody down for money. I mean, there's ways to get money, sure. But remember also, Star Patrol will give you gear. So you really don't have to buy gear unless it's something crazy.
Okay.
Or if you're away from the ship, because, you know.
One of my moves, I think, used credit.
Yeah, you have some moves that let you supplement credit for like not failing rolls, but like getting partials and stuff like that. So
yeah, the information gathering. That's what I use it for.
Yep. Remember also, it doesn't have to be your credit. It could be someone else's. One of the other party members decides to help you out.
Okay, that's good to know.
So what are you looking at there for Pearl?
I probably won't take it, but I could get a companion. That's tempting me.
You could get a companion.
But there's another player. I've got a fourth player coming back, and I don't want to take up screen time with it. But it would be funny if Rohan joined us. I'm just saying.
Oh, well, so the companion. So the way the companion works, there's a companion playbook, and what it is all they really do is give you bonuses in certain situations. They don't do a whole lot. They don't take actions on their own. They just help you with stuff. So it wouldn't really distract that much from the game. I mean, role-playing wise, maybe a little bit, but if you look in the move packet, there's a companion playbook, and basically what you do is you give the companion a role.
Mm-hmm.
So like guard or researcher or spy or something, and then they give you bonuses depending on what situations you're in. They don't take actions on their own, but they help you or potentially somebody else in the group. But that's what the companion does. So not a full-blown character and stuff like that, but yeah, could be useful.
I was going to say
there's plenty of other options. So I mean, you guys don't have to decide now. If you want to take a look at everything and decide by next time, that's fine too.
Yeah, I think I want to pour it over a little bit more. Lots
Sure.
of options.
Sure. Oh yeah. Yep. Definitely. Okay. Yeah. You guys can just decide by next time. Give yourselves a chance to look stuff over. So, so next time you guys will be heading back towards the initiative, and then potentially down to Electra 2 and the colony, and see what we can find out. All right.
Sounds good.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Any last thoughts or questions or anything?
I don't think so. How much XP did everyone end with? I'm at
22 total.
Oh. So what?
Yeah, I took off the first 9, and I still have 11, so 20.
Yeah, because you had about 6 or 7 last time, I think. Yeah.
I think my math is right. I've gotten 19 total. So yeah, we're all about the same.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
That's good.
Did you guys like the clock?
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, it was interesting.
It wouldn't have been
really
cool if it
wanted
went
a
off,
clock.
but
Yeah, I really wanted to add a clock to the game, and I tried lots of different things during the development of the game to find a way that worked that wasn't too weird, and this is what I settled on. So basically, it's just a thing. It's there. Every time you fail, it just ticks. It's an abstract thing, and then you either stop it from happening or whatever happens if you tick it. But you can do lots of ticks. So you can do 6 is kind of the minimum that I usually do. But I started one game off where they started off on this big space cruiser that was in the process of crashing. And I gave them a 20 tick clock for the whole game session. That's what they were dealing with, was this clock. And so that was kind of interesting, because when it starts getting down towards the end, you're like, oh, I don't know if I should roll something here, because, so I like the tension that it brings. I know there's other clocks and other PBTA games that are a little more complex. But I think for this sort of a game, I think it works fairly well. So.
I like the clock as an idea in other games, like when certain tick points, and maybe you were doing that, not just it was imperceptible, but I like when certain tick marks on the clock will evolve or change the scene or give kind of a hint towards what's the doom that's coming. That
Sure.
one, yeah, that's something that it makes me even more scared, I guess. Or
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what this was. So the clock was that the tunnels were going to collapse, and so in the beginning, you didn't know what the danger was, so I didn't really have to do that. What I was going to do until you guys started dealing with the detonator was I was going to have the walls start kind of, making noises and things were rattling, and it was looking bad. So, but I didn't have to, because then cool. you guys figured out with the detonator, so I didn't need to. But yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, that you could totally do that. Yep. Yeah, so in the one I mentioned where I had the big clock and they were in a space cruiser, I basically was telling them that different systems were, going offline and stuff like that as they were ticking in. So kind of like what you were saying, Richard. That just depends on what the kind of clock it is. So cool. All right, guys. Well, that was a good time. Hope everyone had fun. And we should have Jesse for next time.
Okay.
And I will again update our document with relevant stuff from the game. And I should have that up probably tomorrow.
Okay, great. Looking forward to it. I'll go ahead and stop the broadcast. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thanks a lot.